On the last episode of Dragon Ball T, the T-Fighters swore no more hiatus, but to no one's surprise went on another hiatus. But now they've emerged from the hyperbolic time chamber. But will they have a topic this week? Will Tyler fall asleep during Magic News? Exactly how long's the weeb shit gonna drag on for? Find out tonight on Dragon Ball T.
I couldn't keep it. Like, it's hard.
Oh, that was tough.
It was so difficult.
Did you time that? Because the ending came up pretty on time.
I had a very boring afternoon teleworking today.
Holy
Oh
shit.
my god. Wow.
That's awesome.
I was
All right, well,
surprised you guys managed to stay so quiet.
Golf
Anyway,
clap. Golf
welcome.
clap. That was pretty good.
Welcome to the TiAnTy podcast.
Episode 56.
oh shit, we're keeping track?
Well, mostly because I called up 55 to see if anyone left comments, and Kid Creator just left some very long comments. We'll probably talk about
Oh, he
it
left
at the
some
end.
weeb shit a couple weeks ago to bring up.
That's why. He also talked about Overdank and other stuff, so we'll get to that at the end, though. Hey, everybody, we're back.
As always,
My name is Timpedia. It's been a hot minute, and on my right,
it's Friedman, also known as Andrew, but mostly known as Friedman.
and on my left,
There's just Tyler.
and we're
My
back.
name hasn't changed.
We're back for your once a month at this point edition of the TiAnTy podcast. We had 2 weeks of illness and 1 week of me on vacation in a place with very bad internet, so you know.
Had to have fun doing
We-
things that
we
weren't
missed-
internet-based.
Yeah, it's called lying on a beach and getting free drinks. Non-alcoholic.
I was like, as the motherfucker who doesn't drink.
Hey man, they had some really good juices.
Just because we were talking about juice before the podcast started.
Yeah,
pretty
juice.
much.
Once again, you guys will never see it, but ask your local black person about Friday, and I can guarantee you they'll know what that movie is.
So Guilds of Ravnica just had its pre-release this week.
All right, Tyler, go the fuck to sleep. We're talking about Magic News.
Going to sleep!
So there's been a lot of stuff that happened while we were gone. We went from, hey, we have a few spoilers of Guilds of Ravnica to, hey, releases
And the
this
set
week.
came out on this weekend.
So yeah, Guilds of Ravnica spoilers finished and pre-release was last weekend. I played Commander instead. And on a live stream, no less. And yeah, the actual set comes out this weekend. And there's a bunch of other news around it, too. Freeman, what do you think of Guilds of Ravnica now that we've had some time to sit on it?
So I'm upset because, from what I've seen, I don't think Boros is that good, and I think Selesny is a little eh. Honestly, in the notes, I wrote down that Dimir of Ravnica spoilers were over, because that's what this set is. Golgari and Dimir had all the goodies.
I actually totally think that Izzet is the only one that got the short end here.
Really?
I think Izzet is really weak, and everything else is actually pretty good and constructed. Like, so... Star City Games has been doing, they always had like their Versus series, not just Commander Versus. And I've been so bored at work for the past 2 weeks because my work has slowed to a crawl. But I'm technically on billable hours, so I don't give a shit. I've been watching a ton. They switched over to like a live format where they do like 3 different decks in standard that they're testing against each other and do that like every other day. So I've been watching a ton of them just brewing standard decks for the past week and a half.
Okay.
And man, even Izzet looks okay, but there's a lot of stuff like that Venerated Luxodon, the Convoke +1/+1 counter thing.
I was going to say, he's the only, like, Convoke card that excited me. The rest of the Convoke cards...
Between that and the Convoke O-Ring.
Yeah, those two are, like, the only ones that matter.
Yeah, and then the Knight that gets counters or is Rec Sage. There's actually some pretty decent stuff on that side. And then Boros actually seems really strong because there's that 1-drop Goblin that with Mentor and can give it +2/+0, the buff, the Goblin Banneret.
Oh, the one that it's 2-0 when he enters?
Oh no, a 1/1 a 1/1 for 1, but he has Mentor and he has an ability to pay 1 in a red to give him +2/+0 until end of turn.
Okay, so he mentors most of the stuff. The problem is, and I've been looking at a lot of Goblin lists, and they all look pretty sweet, so any Goblin that was printed out of Ravnica is probably going to see play. But for the most part, most of the mentor cards are either they have a big power so that you can get their mentor trigger when they have no toughness and they die in combat, or they just don't have the power stat to be useful.
So it actually looks like what the Boros decks are really low to the ground, and then a few top end, basically just Tajik and Aurelia as the top end for Boros cards. They both seem like they're absolutely busted.
Like Aurelia is good. I don't think Tajik's
dude.
big enough.
Some videos a 3/2 with haste that also because so much of the removal
doesn't he only have haste if you give him the extra 2 mana for it?
No, he always has haste.
What's his 2 mana ability? Is it the
non? Yeah,
non-combat damage.
Yeah. No. That's all the time.
What is his activated?
Tajik Legion's Edge. I don't remember now for sure by accident. I think it's just a power boost actually. If it would fucking load Gatherer. Yeah, first strike.
Oh, it's his first strike. Oh, all right.
Yeah, so he's a 3/2 haste for 3, which is already good. He also prevents all red burn, which is what everything that's not Dimir is like outside of obviously Golgari and Dimir have it, but is it and any red deck has only burn damage to kill other creatures, so it actually gets rid of non-black removal basically. And
I wish it was combat damage dealt with because
I know, but that'd be busted. But then he also has the Mentor to buff up something that you played earlier, like the 1/1 for 2 that has double strike, vigilance, and trample.
But outside of Mentor, all right, so we'll get into it in a moment. I started playing MTG Arena, and I pulled him as one of my rares. And I was trying to use him in the Singleton event that was free this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you can reliably have a Mentor on board, he sucks.
I think Singleton is a terrible place for Boros, but that's always been the case.
Well, the only reason it was good is because it's like Rat's Nest. It's like the Relentless Rats of the set. It's a rat you can have any number of in your deck. Because of the wording on the card, it supersedes the limitation of Singleton.
No, that's from Dominaria.
Oh, it's Dominaria. All right, I wasn't sure what it was from. But point is, for 4 uncommons using the arena system, you can have a full 60-card deck with 20 swamps and 40 of these stupid rats. So the meta was very skewed towards low to the ground removal or creatures with first strike. And if you looked at the cards that were given to every new player, there were no cards given with first strike. So whatever you pulled that had first double strike, you absolutely had to play or you're going to lose to rats in the free Singleton event.
Sure.
So Boros was really good for the weekend.
I think you're probably not wrong. Boros is probably in 3rd or 4th place with Selesnya, but I also think there's a big jump between Dimir and Golgari are probably at the top, but I think it's less of a drop to Boros and Selesnya, and then Izzet's definitely down there. There's like Saffron Olive just had a budget Izzet deck video that came out today that looks fun, but I honestly think against Toon stuff or with any kind of black removal, I think you're definitely right that black, blue, and black, green are both on top because of Assassin's Trophy and just Dimir looks fuck. Surveil, no, not even Surveil. Doom Whisperer is fucking so good.
Which one's Doom Whisperer?
The 6/6 demon for 5 with flying, trample, and Surveil too. Like
I lose to it so much.
Anyway, we're gonna change topics.
Anyway, before we move on.
No, I know. We gotta finish Magic.
Go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Before we move on, Arena's fun as a game. I'll say this for anyone who wants to try it. The economy's absolutely fucked. Go back to Hearthstone.
Oh, yeah.
What I thought was cool is this week I was looking for cheap decks to play. The problem is card prices in the real world don't matter here. Your number of rares in a deck matter. So if you want to play a jank deck, as long as you use the same number of rares as the top tier deck that costs $1,000 in real life, your jank deck costs the same in game as the best deck in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very anti-brewer, which kind of sucks.
Yep.
So this game is going to die pretty fast. Wizards is handling the open beta pretty shitty. So real quick, in closed beta, you were given 5 single color starter decks, and then as you played 10 dual color starter decks every day that you played. Going into the open beta, they cut that in half, and you get an air quotes random assortment. They found that it's not so random, but you only get half the colors, and you're locked in once you start. You can't choose. So like I looked at my path, I'm not getting the Selesnya deck, even though that's the one I wanted.
Yep.
They've given no explanation of why they cut the starting player card group in half, even though there's like no cards they give you in these decks. It's like 1 or 2 rares. Wizards has been dead silent, and people are getting angry.
Nice.
But this sounds like typical Wizards. They're just not going to answer. But they're going to actually going to go. They have to do something with the economy. They said the one thing that they're really testing in the open beta is how the economy works. And right now, this is very anti-free to play. So people aren't going to stick around. It's just going to be people who are willing to hoard money. And I think it's bad.
I keep being tempted by Arena, but then I'm like, I honestly just don't have the time or desire. If it comes to phones, I'll probably play it. If it doesn't, too late.
I don't know what kind of player they're targeting, because like with Paper Magic, they can do shit like this because people are enfranchised. But you're not going to get people to come in and play Arena and be enfranchised to only Arena. You're going to get people who are already enfranchised into Paper Magic, in which case that's where they're going to spend their money.
Yeah.
Or people who aren't enfranchised at all and don't want to spend money on this. So they need to figure out who their audience is here. Because right now it's like they want me to, oh, you can't go to your LGS, just draft on Arena, where you can't resell your cards and you just handed $20 over to Hasbro with no printing costs. So we'll see how this plays out, but it sounds like shit.
In an attempt to also finish up Magic news pretty quick, though, there was one other controversy thing, because of course they're always fucking.
Oh, what happened this time?
Well, no, you have it right there. Wizards also announced. Tyler, you can actually probably weigh in on this a little bit.
Didn't read my own show notes.
Friday, 2 weeks ago, Wizards announced a partnership. A Friday afternoon when like Worlds was having. There was also this big Worlds thing. We're not going to talk about that shit. It's one player who was invited to Worlds actually backed out of the World Championship for this year in protest of how shitty being a pro Magic player is and how impossible it is to basically live a sustainable life as a pro Magic player is. He actually gave up his slot for the year.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was a big deal. But that's such a fucked scene anyway. Like, the thing I was going to say before, it struck me today that Magic is such a good game and the cards always seem amazing, and then everything else Wizards ever does is just so fucked. It's like they can't get anything right outside of making cards, but that plays into this. So Wizards announced they made a partnership with Walmart, Target, and Amazon, because the way it worked until now was distributors bought boxes from Wizards. Tyler, are you talking?
I'm here. I'm listening.
No, your mic was lighting up a bunch, so I didn't know if your mic was like broken or something.
Oh,
it's okay.
no,
It's working.
Oh, he's good.
Wizards announced they always sell to distributors who then sell it to like Amazon, Walmart, and local game stores. Well, now Wizards has announced that they are partnering with Amazon, Walmart, and Target to sell them directly through them. Because if you go on Amazon and search for a booster box, it's just some random schmuck or a game store. Same as TCG Player. Walmart, Target, get it through distributors. Now Wizards is going to sell them directly, and they're going to sell it for either $90, $95, or $99. I forget which is undercutting what a game store usually sells them for. Now, the idea is that this is killing game stores and showing that Wizards doesn't care about them, which is probably pretty true. Wizards probably doesn't really give a shit, because singles that game stores sell, the whole secondary market, Wizards doesn't see money from that.
Which is bullshit, but I don't want to get into that right now.
But honestly, so there was one post on Reddit after this came out that really struck me as a sign that maybe that local game stores almost don't care that much. Because on the other hand, they sell them for more, but with these buy a box promos that come out every set, they are only given to LGSs to sell a box with. So now you can either go to Amazon for a cheaper box, or you can go to your game store, spend more, and then also get this promo and give the money to your store. But a store owner made a post on the subreddit saying, hey, we've never really earned much money on the sales of boxes anyway. We would always earn like 10 or 20 bucks tops on a box compared to what we were paying to our distributors. So we honestly aren't, any good store isn't banking on the sale of boxes anyway. They're banking on single sales, the secondary market, and selling snacks and drinks and other gaming stuff to Magic players. The
cards are really low profit margin.
So while everyone in the community, a lot of the community's been like, oh my god, Wizards hates game stores, and they probably are honestly just trying to up their bottom line, because they're like, why? Amazon is so huge, Walmart's so huge, Target's so huge. We sell all these welcome decks and commander decks through them. Anything that goes in there clearly is doing well. Like, that's why Masters sets moved over to being at local game stores and Walmart in the last like year and a half. Clearly it's earning better money for Wizards to do it that way. And that sucks. It probably is still hurting some game stores, but like if that post is accurate, then it's honestly not the end of the world that everyone's making it out to be.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what is it? Is it just boxes in general? Like, just it's special boxes?
it's booster boxes, 36 packs to a box.
I mean,
it's the box that you see on display in like a game store that's full of packs and has a little fold up.
Right. I mean, I think it's kind of fucked up, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have people still going to the store. They're still gonna pay that entry fee if they have an entry fee.
Mm-hmm.
They're still gonna be buying snacks and card sleeves and all that other shit. You know, I don't think it's gonna be a big hit. If anything, it might. The one thing I may see though, you may see like card shops now instead of if they're not able to buy exclusively, they might have to like go through Target and all these other places, and you're gonna see them buy up and then or bought out by whoever owns the stores. I could see that.
That would be funny if they went in. I mean, I'm sure
it'll happen.
They would go buy Commander decks. Why not?
They're probably gonna go. If they do buy that, if that happens. I mean, I don't know economy or whatever, because like I know the one store I used to go to, they used to pull a bunch to see if they could like get singles or whatever, or sell them at the store. But I don't know. Even if they didn't sell packs anymore, I feel like they'd get by on literally all the other shit that they sell.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The part of the problem is that I don't know. Never mind.
If they're smart.
What? It's so complicated and interconnected. It's not worth getting into. Game stores are such a. I don't understand how anybody earns money doing that.
Well, I mean, I know the one game store I used to go to. It wasn't just a game store. It was like also a sports memorabilia store.
Oh, cool.
So it covered multiple bases.
Yeah, actually, he did that. That was his primary thing, and then like he's like, oh, the kids in this area really like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, all that shit, right? So he made like basically extra money doing that. And you go to his store and he's like, yo, you want soda? Like there was an entry fee. So like he like that was just some extra money on the side. Basically his whole business was memorabilia. So like covering out of multiple fronts, I feel like is a good way for a store to adapt, and it worked out for him because he got a bigger, newer space in Rockaway.
We're definitely going to leave Magic behind now, though. But I have, before we can move on to the other thing that I can now participate in, I guess, I do want to just say that something that popped up on the absolute top of Reddit that actually struck me as an interesting almost topic just to talk about for a second. This headline: the rise of Netflix competitors has pushed consumers back towards piracy. BitTorrent usage has bounced back because there's too much streaming services offering their own exclusive content.
I mean,
Right. A wise man named Gabe Newell once said, piracy is not... What was the... I forgot the first half of the quote. It's not a pricing issue, it's a convenience issue. If a customer can't easily get to your product, they're not going to get to your product.
Nope.
People want a one-stop shop, and everyone wants their own store. And that's what it's boiling down to. No one wants to go to every single website. I'm already at 5 official websites to watch whatever anime I want every season, and that's already too much.
Mm-hmm.
And now every fucking showmaker wants their own thing. I mean, DC wants their own. They don't even have enough shows to warrant their own page on Netflix, and they want their own streaming service.
They had to make more shows
to
make
justify having a service,
which is dumb because like it's like Netflix, like okay, that's your niche, like it's got like movies and stuff. Hulu is like, all right, that's fine. It's cable light, right? It's literally cable light. That's fine, and it's like nah. BBC is like, we want our own streaming service. And literally every other fucking channel under the sun is now like this now. Like FX, Comedy Central. Well, actually, Comedy Central mostly goes through Hulu. Like AMC. Like you need to have like a special service or a cable package in order to watch it. And it's fucking ridiculous.
One of my buddies was throwing on the idea because we were talking about how VRV was like, oh, well, they're combining a bunch of channels. Like, why don't all these channels just come together and have one place where you can like pick which package you want and just buy them all and watch them on one stream? Like,
money.
Like, oh,
we
so
want
you
money.
want cable is what you want.
Yeah, you want cable.
That's what it's trending towards.
I don't know.
Netflix was so good when you just watched everything there, and now it's like,
I'm gonna bring up Netflix during the weeb shit later because there's some bad stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, with Netflix, well,
It's not
Netflix
their
is getting
fault though.
shafted.
I'm
Like
not gonna bitch about them.
yeah, right now I feel like they're
Like I
forced
usually
to
do.
adapt by making their own content because they're
people-
losing out on all of these streaming rights.
The problem is
Well,
people just want to watch the shows they had streaming rights to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty I'm still definitely think if Netflix ever loses The Office, Netflix just
I was about to make a
dies.
joke about how if Netflix doesn't have The Office, they're losing half their subscriber base. Right?
They are. You know what though? I just want to take a moment. All right. I mean, all right. Listen, before I go off, I like The Office and everything, but like I've been getting into this whole like online dating thing, and I swear to God, if I had a fucking dollar
dude.
for every
Everyone
bitch,
fucking eats the shit out of The Office.
Yep.
right? They're like, oh, I love The Office. Like my favorite shows, Parks and Rec, The Office. I just want to find a gym to my Pam. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
you got it right
fucking
there.
hang yourself.
Oh my God.
And I told Leslie, I'm like, you know how basic you are, right? I was like, every dating profile I see, it's always The Office.
Oh, it always
like
is.
I swear, they don't want to go out with you unless you can quote every fucking line from The Office. I'm like, listen, that show's good. It's not that good.
No,
and everybody can disagree with me on that if they want.
No, I think
no, not you guys.
No.
I know you guys are fine. I'm talking about the listeners.
No, you're not. No, but you're not wrong. It is really good. I think it's honestly just because no other show was right in that window. Like no other show pulled everyone to Netflix like The Office did. I'm honestly pretty sure like The Office is partially responsible for this whole shift away from cable, because when Netflix picked it up, that was like the first show everyone watched because The Office wasn't over yet. And The Office was still fucking huge when Netflix got it, so everyone just started rewatching the old stuff because everybody wanted to be up to date for the current stuff, and then it just kept going and going as the show that everybody knew.
Fucking, I still don't get it.
If Friends had done that, then Friends would be the show.
Oh my God.
I don't know fucking Friends at
is
all.
on Netflix though.
Friends
Yeah,
is
but it
on
wasn't
Netflix.
there when
no,
it was
I
big.
think what Tim is right. I feel like if Friends was around, if Netflix was around when Friends was around, and they had it on Netflix, like Friends would be the show.
Yep.
I mean, most of the internet wasn't around when Friends ended, just for the record.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's the show that was the big show in the zeitgeist when Netflix popped up, and everyone was like, "Ooh, look at this spicy new Netflix thing. Oh, I could also just spend a few bucks a month and watch the old Office episodes that I loved instead of waiting for reruns or something. That's perfect. Season 8 is coming out soon. I want to rewatch all the old stuff." And then everybody just started rewatching.
Now
The
Hulu is
Office.
the platform for that.
I have a filter sometimes. If I do decide I want to like swipe left on a person, sometimes I just swipe right on everybody. But if I see a face filter, right, I always immediately swipe left. But now if I see if Office is on the favorite shows, I also swipe left.
Yep.
Because that means you're basic. If I see anything about a PSL, it's done.
PSL?
PSL.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Hold on.
Just think. No Google.
Hold on, I know this.
You know this.
Pumpkin
If
spice
you were
latte. Jesus
basic.
Christ.
Oh
Pumpkin
my
spice
God.
latte.
Yeah, see, I knew it.
Oh, boy.
I knew it. Deep down, you're a basic hoe, Freeman. I know. I knew you could do it.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
All right, moving along.
Do we want to talk about Overdang? I've been playing that a lot still.
Let's talk about Overdang.
I was gonna say we should play it before we did this while Freeman wasn't on, but whatever.
You could have asked him.
Did you guys play last night?
No, I ended up talking to my brother.
Yeah, we played last night.
We played like 3 rounds. I hit level 19.
Oh my God, we're so close.
Yes, I'm almost there to bring us all down to bronze.
we found the fucking strat. I'm Mercy.
Dude, oh my God, we were killing
it. Tim is fucking Brigitte. And we just whaps motherfuckers. We kept getting on the point. Tyler would just fucking pour it on me, and I'd just throw up the ult and keep everybody alive, and I just thwack everybody. Actually unkillable. Like, I'll damage boost him while he Qs, right? Yep. He can't die. Motherfucker can't die.
Pretty great. It actually worked really well to end our round.
Next time we play.
We'll play. We'll just fucking play after this.
All right, yeah, all right. So let's speed it along.
That's it.
All right. The biggest
Um,
announcement from Overdank was that they finally detailed what the Torbjorn rework is going to look like.
Oh yeah.
Jeff came out with a late developer video, which everyone was like really antsy about because it usually come out on Thursday and he dropped like Friday afternoon. But he outlined like in detail what all of Torb's new abilities are. Just to recap it real quick, he doesn't have to upgrade his turrets anymore. He can throw his turret and immediately goes to level 2. He can detonate it whenever he wants. You place a new one. He doesn't do armor or picking up scrap anymore.
I don't like
Uh,
that.
His E ability is basically a mini version of his old ult, where he gets extra armor and he has a higher movement and firing speed. His ultimate got changed. They kept the name Molten Core, but he shoots these like lava balls, which is they kind of stay on the ground. They're an AOE type thing. Honestly, it's really similar to how Hammond's ult works, where it's just a spot where you touch it,
Yeah.
you're fucked. And
An
it's very
area
specifically
control kind of plate thing.
yeah, it's very explicitly anti-armor. So this is meant to fight the tank meta. So you take what's like 80 damage per second normally, and you take like an extra 70 if you have armor. So the 70 goes right to the armor, so it shreds through tanks, and it's interesting. I'm not sure if it's enough to make Torb a real like offensive hero for like a map where you're on attack. But it's an interesting change. I'm pissed about the armor reworks. I really like the armor. I'd be willing to bet cold hard cash they're just gonna rework armor and give it to a new hero down the line.
That's Wait, were we talking about that? I would think I was
We
talking about
were.
that with someone. Okay.
We brought it up last week when we didn't record, and
That's right. It's almost a guarantee.
But
Like seriously, like
Brigitte-
the armor was so like such a good
it was
mechanic.
unique. Especially now
Yeah.
Symmetra doesn't have her shield give out mechanic anymore either.
Right.
But
I feel like now they really don't know what to fucking do with her.
well,
I feel like she's gonna get another rework.
she probably is. She kind of sucks right now, and her turrets are real fucking annoying. I absolutely hate them as a game mechanic.
Yeah, they're just annoying. Like
They're
I don't
so
think
troublesome
they're
for
good.
both you, the Symmetra player, and your opponents. Like no one has a good time. Like if you throw them, congrats, you got to kill because like no one was paying attention to what's going on.
That's about it. Like it's I honestly think it's not the best flanking. Like against a team that regularly communicates or like is aware. Like Freeman says, like it's easy. It's easy, especially if you see them coming from a mile away. Like you can shoot them out of the air.
Yeah, you can do that now. The annoying thing is they got rid of her lock-on beam because like, oh, lock-on's too good, and then they immediately released Moira, who has literally the same mechanic, and
Yeah,
no one says shit
I
about
guess
it. It
the
had to do
difference
with
is
ramping damage.
yeah, there is no fucking ramping.
She was so
damage
streaky. If
against
she got the
Symmetra.
max damage, she was just gonna kill the whole team.
Yeah, they could just do not that.
Just lock on and just don't increase it over time.
Yeah, they literally could have just done more. But I can be like, they probably were like, oh no, we got Moira now, so like we gotta make her thing, and I can't use her. I feel like I can't fucking use her anymore.
Oh no, me and Luigi are great with her. She's tricky.
I can't.
Moira's
like
fucking annoying.
But real quick, back to Torb. The good thing is he's not like fixed to a spot anymore. You don't have to babysit your turret because you can just throw another one in 10 seconds. It does have, I think it's like a little bit less shield to make up for it, but the last important thing is his rate of fire is way better and his shotgun is way less random. So if you used to be good at firing with Torb, you're going to be really good when the patch hits. Like they made Torb the character without his turret like an actual threat.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be a lot more fun to play. No one's going to call him a throw pick, even though I win with him every game. But on to shit that they literally can't fucking fix is Roadhog. They gave him an unintentional nerf and they keep breaking his hook. So this may have been a latency issue thing, but if Roadhog hooked you, you'd see the hook animation, someone gets stunned, and then the hook would just let go of them and not pull them to you. And it was the most annoying thing ever because that's his thing. Then I don't remember if they nerfed his left click damage, but he basically, even if he did hook you, he wasn't one-shotting you. And then to make matters worse, they added fall-off damage to his right click because people were primarily using him to right-click and hit shield, and the idea was all the pellets would hit someone else's shield. So he was good at breaking down the Orisa shield that comes online every 9 seconds. And they're like, nope, that's not his job. His job is to be a tank. And everyone's like, well, what the fuck does that mean? And I actually deleted it as a comment because it was kind of outdated, but Blizzard's having a forum problem where there's a lot of major threads bringing up serious criticism and none of the devs are coming in to respond. Mostly the Mercy threads are getting huge right now. She's honestly pretty useless right now. I don't get me wrong, I still love playing her, but she's not the most effective. She's not even like in the top half of most effective healers.
She's not
in the game
Moira
right now. She's not Anna. She's not, I think Brigitte's healing per second is, it's not as good, but it's more consistent. That's not right either. Point is, she's bad, and none of the devs are responding. And there's one thread saying in another part of the forum, like, how much we love how the devs respond to our stuff, and the devs have the audacity of making their first post in like weeks going, oh, thank you, we love talking to the community. And the forum just fucking exploded between the Roadhog shit, the Mercy shit, everyone else bitching about whatever they want. Now they're dealing with that. On top of that, there was a lot of criticism coming out of the Summer Games event that not a lot had changed since the last year's Summer Games.
Yeah, that was one of the comments Kid Creator left about Overdank was, hey, Summer Games kind of sucked this year.
So that's the thing. Jeff addressed this, that the team is not spending extensive time adding new one-off game modes just for the events. He said the events are mostly going to be cosmetic updates, and they're still going to continue releasing the old games they had previously. He said for Junkenstein's Revenge, they are adding like new characters to it, but the mode itself is staying the same. So Halloween is also not going to be that different.
So for 3 years in a row, Junkenstein's Revenge. Gotcha.
And this is just something we're going to have to deal with. That the events are really not the focus of Overwatch. They've even stated, they want to focus on releasing new maps and release new characters over releasing one-off content that's only available for 1 month out of the year. And I respect that, but I think they may just need to do something.
Blizzard,
the casual market loves events.
This is why Fart Night is winning. There.
No, Fortnite is fucking free.
Fortnite is free.
12-year-olds would play it.
But listen, though, we brought this up on the show once before. The amount of like these events just go on, and they're all so unique, and they're always happening, and they're all new. It's like all new shit all the time.
Yeah.
Overwatch, it. Like I know they have the ability, and I know that's probably not, in their design philosophy somewhere, to not focus on it. But I honestly feel that like they would probably get more players if they did more, unique events and stuff like that.
So I hate talking about our direct YouTube competitors, but a lot of the Overwatch channels have started speculating about why the Overwatch team is now, like, air quotes, strapped for time in terms of development. Because you look at the first 2 years, they were pumping out new events every 2 months, and they still released like 4, maybe 5 characters in the first 2 years of the game coming out. That said, everyone's asking, well, then what's all their development effort going towards right now? And a lot of people are speculating either they're doing some kind of a rebranding with a PvE mode because they saw how big the Uprising events have been. A lot of people are speculating about Overwatch 2, but I don't think anything like that could happen at this point in the game. People are too enfranchised in the current one. All the like cosmetic grinding would just be for naught if they released Overwatch 2.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think Blizzard's going to do that, but they may be working on like a single player mode. I don't know.
That seems possible. I mean, those so I haven't played League in months and months. But I do still go on the subreddit at least once a day, and I do still watch some people and stuff like that. They have had a lot of success with these PvE modes also. They just had another one called Onslaught where they put out a few skins for a few characters, and it's just a special game mode where you fight AI with, like, some are custom-made enemies, some are just champions that are reskinned with upgraded abilities, and they seem to be really popping.
Yeah,
I think it might honestly just be people get tired of the same PvE or PvP, and they just kind of want to beat up some AI, and so that people look for that new mode. And I wouldn't be surprised if Overwatch is doing that kind of thing, because people don't want to just play against other people. Not everybody likes the grind, and if you don't want to do the grind, then if there's no PvE, then the game's just kind of dead for you.
Yeah, I mean, I told one of my friends he likes playing Magic, but I'm not gonna lie, he's not very good. He has a hard time remembering what his cards do. It's a struggle for him to play, but he still enjoys Magic. And he enjoyed playing like the Duels of the Planeswalkers series or Magic Duels, where he always just had like story events to do, or you could play versus AI. And when I told him about Arena, he's like, "Oh, does it have a versus computer mode?" I'm like, "No, it's other players." Like, "Oh, well, I'm probably not going to play it then." And it's actually a deal breaker for a lot of people. Some people just have fear of playing against other players and would just rather play a game alone.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. That's part of why I didn't want to play Overwatch, because like you mentioned that there was a PvE mode. I would have played the shit out of that.
Oh, I can't wait until the next Uprising X. The 3 of us. Oh, we got Luigi. We got the 4 people we need for all the events.
Yeah,
This is gonna be good.
Well, here's the thing too. I honestly, like, if I with these multiplayer games, I don't really play them anymore by myself. I only play them with my friends. I don't talk to anyone online. I don't like playing games online anymore with like other people. I think it's just fucking lame. I think the community, well, this is me being an old man gamer at this point, but I remember back in my day, I could join a random lobby and I'd be starting up conversations with everyone, and now I come in to a game and now I get called a gaylord.
Yep.
Or a faggot or a nigger, and it's great. I love every second of it.
Look, you go online, you get called all those things. Podcast ends, you get to go play your games. That's what happens every day, right, Tyler?
Yeah, every day.
This is part of why, like, people are like, "Oh, Tim, why do you play all these old single player games on YouTube?"
Because they're fun.
And it's like, partially because a lot of them are just really fun. I want to play them again or play them for the first time. And secondly, I don't want to just play games against other people all day. There's enough antagonism in the world that I don't want to just go around fighting other people the whole time.
Just to represent,
I get
we were watching the Donkey Overwatch video, and
oh yeah,
all
I
the
posted
audio
in
from
chat for you to
people
watch,
who were on his team, and you just feel the toxicity at every level of the clips he's playing, and it's just like, I don't want to deal with that. I just want to play a game and have fun on my own.
Right.
I'm so glad I've never had microphones on in that game.
Actually,
it's a lot of fun.
It's surprising how I got to high platinum in Overwatch.
I don't know how you did it. I'm struggling
without communicating. And I've maintained like mid to high gold status like overall. I don't know how I did it.
I always use Mike, and I'm like trapped in gold and falling fast.
Yeah, no, like just fuck randos. I can't play with them. And you know, I used to have a very open mind that like I used to make friends all the time.
The good old days.
Playing Halo. Yeah, playing Halo. I used to play or Rainbow Six Vegas. I used to make friends all the time. It was a great time because I think it was, and I know we've discussed it before, but it's a good point to make up. But you know, being a gamer, I guess if you want to call it that, has become a lot more mainstream now. So you got more people into it. It's not like a niche thing anymore.
What you're saying is the normies ruined it.
The normies ruined my video game.
I think that's
all
been the
you
case.
Motherfuckers who watch your foosball.
Yeah, but Tyler, how long has it been? How long has it been since Modern Warfare?
That is when it started.
But I'm saying that's how long it's been.
Right? Yeah,
that's like almost
like a decade ago.
Yeah, I don't know if you can say that it's just now a problem. Like this.
No. I know it's been a problem since Modern Warfare. I know we were fucked. I knew we were fucked when the kids who played football in high school were like, "Oh, did you play? You play COD, Bubba? You play COD?" I'm like, "Bruh,
bro, you play M-dubs?
You play? I've never heard M-dubs."
That's how you knew you were talking to someone.
Oh
like
my god!
Call of Duty.
Yeah, but that's how I knew. And well, actually, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like more people want to play video games." But then,
you don't want anybody playing video games.
Yeah, I learned quickly. I learned very, very quickly as my high school years went on.
It's actually pretty funny. Since I listened to a podcast of two guys, it's the guy Destin from Smarter Every Day and his friend Matt, who also does a YouTube channel, but he has like less subs than even I do. Obviously, he gets more views, but less subs. And then Destin Smarter Every Day, I mean, I think he's over 1 million subs at this point. Like listening to, they were talking about Twitter on the podcast I was listening to today, and Matt's like, "Yeah, I have a lot of good people, you know. I just have a few people who I interact with on Twitter, but they're really good people." And then Destin's like, "Yeah, I got all the deal with." I mean, he obviously wouldn't say this because he doesn't curse, but I got a lot of shitty people on my Twitter feed all the time yelling at me about stuff. And I'm like, inevitably, as soon as you get a lot of people together, especially as sad as it is, especially in today's day and age,
humans will be humans.
Everything gets shitty.
Yeah, when you get people on an open forum, it's the best. Open forum where you don't have to show your face. You can talk as much shit as you want. That's what happens. Because I'll guarantee you that 12-year-old kid would not be calling me an N-word in front of my face.
Oh, no, of course not.
No, absolutely not. He wouldn't call Miss Jenkins from school that shit. But has the audacity to say it online, which is ridiculous. I think, like, that's one thing I think schools should teach along with their, like, you know, whatever, if they have like a computer literacy class. And I'm being serious. I think online etiquette is a very important skill to use. Like, yeah, you have this online face, but I feel like just like any other weapon, it needs to be taught. It needs to, like, you know, be learned to be respected.
I also feel like in today's day and age, it just sucks that we still have usernames and stuff. I feel like for any kind of thing where you're allowed to, like, you know, say something, you should have your name attached to it.
You two tried it. It's not working.
No, it's not for every kind of case. Like, obviously, like, different things for different situations. Like, it's funny to have a character on YouTube or things like that. But if you're going to have, like, a Facebook has your name on it, you know who the person on the Facebook is. Why then can you go on Twitter and just make a username, have nothing attached to it, and then just get away with it?
I'm going to correct you right there. Every asshole on Facebook has an anime profile picture.
Oh my god.
You don't really know who they are. And it's always the same one. It's that fucking Goku face.
Yes.
Dragon Z Ball P.
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes. But it's true though. Like, and that's the thing. If people found out that they could not remain at least somewhat anonymous, especially with their name, they probably, like, that would detract a lot of people from it. Like, because I know a lot of people who are like, oh no, I wouldn't do X thing because I got to put my name down on it or whatever. Like, if they can't have some sort of handle attached to it, then, you know, they say fuck it. Because you know why? Because the world is full of cowards. That's why. That's what I've, in my almost 27 years of life, I have learned that most people are cowards and they will never say anything to anyone's face. But they'll talk all that shit. And it sucks. Why can't we all just be excellent to each other?
Party on, dudes.
Yeah,
all
see?
Right,
I was not expecting that reference, but I'll take it.
We definitely need to pick up the pace, though.
All right, really moving on. Let's talk about
important stuff, Tim. All right.
I'm not disagreeing. Look, we have been having a great discussion, but I also recognize that we've been going for 40 minutes.
Yeah, man.
And we covered Overwatch and Magic.
Listen, the kids are listening, man. The kids are listening.
Are they? There's
all
like 5 people.
One of them.
Yeah, all one of them.
All that one kid who's not 18 who's listening to our podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, fine. Guardians.
Marvel.
Oh, this got me. This rustled my jimmies when I read it. But for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they're planning to use the original director's script, even though he's no longer the director.
Fucked.
And just not include any kind of, like, directing credit for it.
Of course.
I mean, if they give him a writing credit, it's fine.
They aren't.
Yeah. Oh.
He's not even getting. Wait, you said directing. Are you saying they're not even going to give him a writing credit?
I don't believe they are.
That seems.
That sounds illegal.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I guess it would depend on the
Again,
the
I wrote this down
right.
like 3
No,
weeks
but I
ago.
remember hearing about this, but I thought I remember not.
Thought.
I can't believe they can use his script and not give him a writing credit.
It depends on the contract.
Either way, I'm glad they're using his script. I'm still sad that he's not directing, but it still covers the same ground as before.
Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing anything about him not getting writing credit, but it's really odd that they're like, he's unfit to be the director. That said, we want to keep this movie as close as possible to his original vision. It's like
Disney
talking out
can
of
go
both sides of
fuck
your
themselves.
mouth.
Actually,
This is stupid.
like 100%.
I mean, this is all true.
Disney, you're ruining everything, and it sucks because I'm still going to see your movies, and it hurts me.
Speaking of Disney, though, for a second, I saw a headline on Reddit today that Disney is not going to be able to put the original 6 Star Wars movies on their streaming service until like 2024 because of copyright.
Stay free.
And it's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, speaking of another fucking streaming service that we really didn't need.
Nope.
The Disney.
I'm happy to have the Marvel movies on Netflix and sometimes just turn them on.
I would gladly pay YouTube the $5 to watch a Marvel movie once and pay Disney for their god-awful streaming service.
Yeah, boycott Disney streaming services.
Do it.
It's not even out yet. Boycott
the market right now. I want to move along here.
Captain Marvel trailer. Oh yeah.
So I didn't watch before putting this on, but I did watch before we started. You know, I'm usually one to complain about trailers telling me too much about the movie, but I know literally nothing about the movie after watching this trailer. Like, I know that Captain Marvel's totally a superhero, and she totally.
To be fair, to be fair, this is a teaser, and the movie is what? Oh my God! Is it only 5 months away? It's 5 months away, though.
But like, this is the first thing we saw of it.
Yeah, but it's like, Freeman, what do they even need to do? It's a hype building teaser.
All right, here, I'm gonna put it this way. I don't know what her power is.
She can shoot laser beams out of her fucking hands. She can fly.
The trailer
and she's got strength.
Indicate that to me.
Yeah, but why would they? They can.
They showed Iron Man's blaster in the first teaser.
We are in the age of 3 trailers at least. Like, why would they give it all away? You saw young Sam Jackson, you saw her, you saw the suit. That's all you fucking need for right now. You got 5 more months for 3 trailers and 2 film reels and
real talk,
1 media exposure or whatever.
Yeah, I said it before the podcast, but I'm saying it now for the record. I don't give a shit.
Ooh.
I'm gonna see the movie. That's why I'm not seeing the trailer.
I'll see the movie, but like there is no hype.
I'll put it this way: this is the first Marvel movie that I have like zero vested interest prior to watching. So I was waiting for that for the teaser to like get me excited to see it, and it did like nothing for me.
See, for me, actually, I think Guardians was the first time I wasn't super vested interest. Like, okay, the Guardians trailer got me excited, but Guardians of the Galaxy just sounded silly to me.
Nah, I
knew about Guardians just from Marvel's Capcom 3, but I literally knew nothing about Captain Marvel.
Oh, me either, but like I don't know. It was something about the style, and it was something about, you know, like
okay, fine, Tyler.
Whatever.
I was trying to make a case, but whatever. If you're gonna pull
nah,
the rug
fuck
out
you, Andrew Case. I don't care if the opening of the Captain Marvel trailer showed a blockbuster. That's not gonna stir any sort of emotion out of me, unfortunately.
It made me angry because fuck Blockbuster. Easy video for life.
Wow.
Local video stores.
Tyler, you don't even know what Easy Video was.
Local games.
But we had a video and they rented out porn. So
Tyler, you know that
Blockbuster won't do that.
Yeah, you know Blockbuster wouldn't do that shit.
You know the CVS next to the Haagen-Dazs where you and Leslie get your drinks from New Jersey?
Yes.
To not towards Haagen-Dazs, the other way where there's like a judo studio right now.
We brought it up like 3 times in the podcast.
Next to the Jewish shopping, Jewish food
I think
mart.
we did bring this up a couple times.
Probably, but it's always
we had like a whole spiel.
We did.
Yeah, we video games for a little while.
Ours was video next to the Walgreens, and then the town ran them out because they rented out porn and they didn't want that. Even though there's a strip club now opening up in town.
I know you were saying this.
Oh,
it's fucking bullshit. The times are changing.
But you know what doesn't change?
Nintendo.
Nintendo
Fuck you. I saw that coming.
I wanted to talk about this the week of the Nintendo Direct that had already gotten delayed, but then we got delayed. So now the Direct is old news. But I remember I was watching after work before we started D&D, and they were announced just a ton of shit. I should have put this in chronological order, but I'm not. At the end, they had this one bit where all of a sudden it went into Animal Crossing. And I was getting hyped because I cannot wait for Animal Crossing Switch. It's going to be great. And they show Isabella, who I don't remember if she was only in the 3DS game or she was any other, but she's like, you know, fan favorite character. And she's reading this letter about how the main character can't be the mayor of the town because he's in Smash Bros. And I was like, oh no, is it Smash related? And then she's like, wait. She's like, wait, I could be the mayor without. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, we're getting an AC game where you are like teaming up with the best character in the world, and then she gets a letter that says you're invited to Smash, and I sat there and I was like simultaneously very disappointed, but also very excited because I'm like, yes, she's in Smash.
But guess who ain't though?
But I'm sitting like, nah, there's no new Animal Crossing.
There's no Animal Crossing news.
No, but then at the end of the video, they like end it, and then Tom Nook comes on screen and says, "The hell are you still doing here?" And then he starts going off about something. He's like, "Oh, by the way, next year," and then bam, new Animal Crossing in development. So
speaking of next year,
happening.
Speaking of next year, I saw a headline on r/gaming that apparently there is talk that what's it called? We might be seeing Cyberpunk next year.
What?
Wait, where's this announced?
Somewhere on r/game. It wasn't announced, but there was a report that said we might see Cyberpunk next year instead of 2020.
That can't be right. That game looks completely
You're
not finished.
Fucking
yet.
right. That seems impossible. But dude, that's all
I'm joking. Based on that demo, it looks pretty close to being done.
Vodka and
No
Slavic
way.
magic, my dude.
All right. Well, while we keep talking, I'm gonna try to find it on r/gaming.
So moving on, Square Enix has devolved into the game that just ports games to other shit. They're the next Skyrim because they've decided that every Final Fantasy since 6 is going to be on Nintendo Switch. 7, 9, 10, 12. Everything that isn't 8 and the online ones is going on to Switch, including that really fucking awful Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition is going on to Switch.
Man, that was shit.
And the only reason is because it's also being released for PS4 and Xbox One. Why? When 15 is available on those consoles as well? The world will never know. Actually, we do know. Money.
Money.
But everyone's really confused about why Final Fantasy VIII was very explicitly left off this list.
Because it sucks.
It sucks.
The big
That's the answer.
penis. It does.
There's your answer. That's why Final Fantasy VIII is not on
you've
Switch.
heard me say it so many times. Final Fantasy VIII sucks. That's all I gotta say. I can't cite which episode it was that I gave my case. I gave a very thorough.
It was definitely in episode 1 where we talked about Final Fantasy 13. I'm fairly certain we both shit on 8 for a little bit, and we bonded enough that I felt okay bitching about the rest of 13 in that episode.
I feel like I remember this.
Yeah. Moving along.
Is that why though? Is like did they really? I don't know. Like
so everyone's actually curious why 8 wasn't included in the bunch.
So the
like
best friend cast that I was listening to the other day, one of them guessed that maybe there's been rumors, I guess, for a while that they lost some of the background assets for that game.
Oh no. And
that recreating them would take way too much work. I don't actually know if that's true whatsoever, but I feel like I remember that's what he said on the podcast as a guess.
Yeah, I
or
saw
some kind of
like
rumor
that
that's
too.
been hanging around for a while.
All of your assets.
Well, for the record, when they went to go release the Kingdom Hearts HD remaster, they lost a lot of the assets for Kingdom Hearts, and they just remade them in HD for that.
Yeah, well, not everybody wants to fucking do that.
But like how? I want to know how. You're telling me. Nah, fuck it. Never mind. I'm not gonna shit talk. I don't know what I'm actually talking about.
I'll shit talk Square Enix every day of the week.
Blep.
No, because I'm gonna get home.
7. That's why they didn't save the assets.
Back from Arizona, they'll be like, oh, Tyler, fucking held on servers. You should know that. Like, no, fuck you. I know. Don't tell me that you don't have any local storage on your computers that you don't use to store these things. Because that's insane. If you actually do that, that's fucking don't do that. That's insane. I don't give a shit. Anyway, we can keep going.
Moving on, Nintendo picked the strangest way to announce the new Pokemon Meltan, who quite literally looks like a gray Ditto with a bolt for a head.
Gotta Google Meltan, I guess.
Users were reporting 2 weeks ago that in Pokemon
fuck.
Go...
This is this stupid thing I saw on Reddit and no clue what it was? Oh,
yes, God. You, much like the rest of the internet, was very confused. About 2 weeks ago in Pokemon Go, people were encountering the Pokemon Meltan, but when you captured it, it would immediately change into like Kecleon, Ditto, which, made sense with the whole transformation thing, but then also Chikorita, which made literally no sense at all. So everyone was confused on what this glitch was and why this Bolt Ditto was showing up, until Nintendo released a fully voiced trailer announcing Meltan is the first new Pokemon for the next generation of Pokemon, who I believe you will be able to catch in Pokemon Go the Fuck Pikachu and Eevee. I couldn't come up with a fun title on the spot.
Did you know that Meltan is tied with Alolan, Diglett, and Klefki as the shortest Steel-type Pokemon?
Why did we need to know this?
Because
why?
The first Google page was Bulbapedia.
Yeah, thanks, you fucking loser. Go back to your basement.
He looks cool.
Its appearance was first teased during the September Pokemon Go Community Day on September 22nd, and it was officially revealed on the 25th.
The question is whether it was intentional that he was in Go and they covered up with this trailer, or if this was all part of some weird like marketing scheme Nintendo came up with. Either or, my hat's off to you. You managed to not fuck it up. But speaking of things that Nintendo fucks up,
did you know?
Stop it! I'm turning off my Pokédex. I want to unsubscribe from Meltan Facts. Anyway, so in the meantime, while this is all happening, Nintendo's looking fine and dandy. They go and they announce the details of Nintendo Online, which is I think it's like their $20 a year online program for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, this thing.
Everyone remembers my meltdown like 30 episodes ago when I thought that I lost my
your
Pokemon
buddy.
account.
Yeah.
Well, we're back at it again. Nintendo is allowing you to save your cloud saves for up to 6 months after their cancellation. And you can't access your cloud saves. You can't download them after the fact. Not like, I think with PlayStation, you at least download a copy after you give up your PlayStation Now. Is that
So
correct?
if nothing else,
No,
Xbox is
that
sweet.
is
Xbox
not
lasts forever.
correct.
That's not correct?
PS4, no, they won't give you that option.
Point is,
They won't let you, but they keep it forever though.
So you have to pay to get access again to pull them down. But if you leave them for 6 months without resubscribing, they're gone. Nintendo's not holding on to them anymore.
Blep.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit because this is not that much data to hold on to. These are
But it's
tiny ass save
Freeman.
files.
It really
But
is.
if they don't do it for anyone, then they could save like 2 hard drives.
Oh, but see, here's the bullshit though, right? Like I see a couple of my friends like are defending this, right? And I'm like, number one, PlayStation and Xbox. Xbox has been doing this since Xbox 360, the cloud saves.
Yeah.
And two, there really isn't anything special about this. In fact, I think it's kind of bullshit that they are doing this. I think it's too much.
They've taken away online from games that used to have it because they launched prior to the service, and they're giving special exception to Fortnite. So that one still gets free internet, which is absolute horseshit.
Right?
But games like Splatoon, where there's not really an offline mode, you can't play that. Rocket League, fuck you. Give me my $20 a year.
You mentioned Splatoon. Are we gonna Splatoon? Fortnite. Are we gonna talk about how Sony finally gave up?
I didn't put it in here. We can talk about it immediately. Once I bring up the next line, we can talk about it.
It's been talked about. We're done.
Anyway, the last thing was they released the list of games that are going to support cloud saves, and notably, only 2 games are on the list of ones that will not be supporting cloud saves: Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and the upcoming Pokemon game.
What the?
I don't know if that refers to Let's Go Home or if that's referring to the game that comes out next year.
Nah, it's gonna be all because Pokemon won't let you have multiple save
cheating.
files. Yeah,
well, no, this is save backups.
Don't cheat.
Nintendo's already announced that, like, you know how on your Switch you have multiple profiles on it?
Yeah.
Each of those profiles can have a save. So if you buy one copy of the game and you have like 3 kids at home and they share a Switch, all 3 of them can have separate saves. That's not a problem with this game. So I want to just spell that rumor.
That is good.
Because the Switch is not meant to be like your own personal handheld. It's a home console.
Look, I don't think anything's good about how Nintendo does a single online service.
I'm not applauding them for this. I'm openly criticizing them. Just like Sony was openly criticized for their Fortnite decision that they then walked back.
Yeah, Sony finally walked it back. What was it, this weekend
so
or
what did
last
they
week
do
or something?
exactly?
So
remember, it was the whole thing about Sony was like, you can't play Fortnite with anybody else, and if you try to link your Epic account to Sony's account, you're locked in forever, bitch.
All right, so here's the original thing was, if you play Fortnite on PS4, they didn't want you playing with those. They wanted you in the PlayStation ecosystem, and that was, everyone's like, all right, whatever. You did that for Rocket League. It was kind of shitty, but whatever. The problem was that, and Tim just said it, that if you signed in with your PlayStation account and linked it to your Epic account,
oh yeah, okay,
you then could not use your Epic account to play Fortnite on any other console. It was now locked exclusively to PlayStation.
That's
and
that
was probably the biggest problem with it, because they didn't announce that you couldn't go back. Like it was.
But it also didn't help. It also didn't help that Microsoft and Nintendo were like, let's play Fortnite together because we're friends. And then Sony's like, fuck you.
Yeah, Sony's like, we got the biggest swinging dick. You got to come to our house.
Sony's like, our console is... I think there was actually a statement from like one of the higher-ups earlier last week or 2 weeks ago where it was like, yeah, it basically was a really like PC way of saying our console's so good, you should just play it on PlayStation because it's better on here anyway.
It was like, we don't want to cater to the enemy. Come join our side if you want to enjoy it. And it was one of those like, bro, stop this. You were losing so hard, like not even 8 years ago. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Uncharted 2 came out, though.
Speaking of 8 years ago, though, I found out where Cyberpunk's thing came from.
It came out 8 years ago.
No, it's the first trailer's over 10 years old. That was the joke. So apparently, I found an article on PC Gamer. Apparently, the Turkish Turkish publisher of Cyberpunk tweeted that it is coming in 2019 and then deleted the tweet, but they have screenshots of it.
Sounds like it's already gotten delayed.
Yep.
I mean, it could easily get delayed till 2020 if CD Projekt was like, yeah, let's delay it.
If
but
for some reason they
still,
run out of vodka one
this
day.
is something. This is more than nothing that seems to indicate that it might actually come next year, which would be so fucking... The sooner this game is out, the better. Even as long as it's good, but just the sooner it's out.
We all know it's gonna be good, please. Please.
I finally reached that stage in my life where I'm not upset about games getting delayed because I just don't have time to play most games right now.
Right?
I am going to skip an article thing real quick, only because I just brought up CD Projekt. So apparently a report was released today that, Tyler, how do you pronounce his name? Andrzej
Sapkowski.
Sapkowski? Something like that.
Sapkowski.
The author of the Witcher series, who hilariously and infamously took a lump sum of money from CD Projekt before the first Witcher game came out, has sent them a letter saying, hey, I want 10% of the profits you made from the Witcher series, or 6 million, I forget now.
Fucking rubles or whatever the fuck they got going on.
No, it's 60 million of the Polish currency, which translates to
Polish.
6 or 16 million. Let me check it.
Does someone
Andrew
how
should get
contracts
fucked.
work?
So
yeah.
So his argument, or apparently his lawyer's argument probably, is the original contract only stipulated for the first game, and apparently there's a Polish law that says if someone comes way the fuck out ahead on a deal like this, they are entitled to getting some of the money that they should have earned if the deal didn't go their way, basically.
Nah, that's fucking horseshit.
What is this takesies backsies bullshit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see.
What?
Oh God, I gotta hunt this thing down because I don't want to get it all wrong.
Nah, that is some shit that people would do.
Okay,
though.
here we go.
Because the motherfucker, the dude who played Niko Bellic in GTA 4 tried doing that shit. And Niko Bolas, fucking fuck you. Rockstar said fuck you. It's like you made this deal. You chose to do this. Like, and what the dude who played Niko was like, I didn't know GTA was gonna be like a big game. It's like, motherfucker, you knew GTA was gonna be a big game.
Okay, so I found so CD Projekt had a regulatory announcement about this actually. On their own page, where they were basically like, yeah, we still totally think that he got compensated, and apparently CD Projekt actually offered for him to get a share of the profits, and he took a lump sum thinking that the game was going to be a flop. Okay, here's Gama Sutra I'm on right now. The Witcher author has demanded 60 million zloits, 16 million in additional royalties, and they've declined, but apparently they're talking to him because they want to maintain a good relationship with the author so that they can get works from other people later. He admits he was stupid for doing this. Hopes to reach an amicable decision. This doesn't really have anything that I didn't say. Yeah, basically I forget where the thing I read said about, maybe it was in r/gaming or something. I don't fucking remember. Somewhere I saw a thing that said there's like a Polish law that he was his lawyers were citing as the reason, but he wants $16 million more from CD Projekt, and apparently they are saying, no way, but we'll talk to you on the side. So hopefully maybe they just settle for a little bit of money, but
what I want to know, right? He says he got shafted. I want to know his book sales after the game became a success.
Oh, they definitely.
I want to see that fucking number. I want to see it. And I can almost guarantee you that there's a graph that correlates with it.
But Tyler, money.
That's bullshit.
He looks like... No, you know what?
He
honestly,
made his
part
decision.
of it's probably, I looked like a fucking idiot. Everyone makes fun of me for it all the time. I'm going to try to get some money back.
Rightfully motherfucking so. And you know what? He's going to look more like an idiot doing this.
Probably.
Granted, he'll have a lot of money, and maybe he won't.
Let's
care
keep
after
rocketing
that.
along because it's 9 o'clock. We've already been going for an hour,
You
and
guys
we still have
are
all this news
tangenting
and the weed
so
shit.
hard. I haven't said anything for like the last.
I'm
8
trying
minutes
not to.
to see if you guys would just move along, but you won't. Anyway, so Catherine Full Body, the remastered version of the puzzle / romance game from the Atlas team that does Persona, is getting released on Valentine's Day in Japan, which is their big fucking joke because it's a romance-related game.
And Freeman is one of 5 people who cares about this.
So I like this game. It's a fun puzzle game, and it was cool seeing the pull between this. All right, so this character hangs out the bar every fucking night. He's just like our Supreme Court nominee, and he has the choice of hanging out with his future fiance, and he has a choice of hanging out with this hot girl who hits on him every night at the bar. And it's this balance between deciding, are you going to act on impulse or just like, stick with the life that's set up for you. And there's this pull to it, and every night he has nightmares where he's in this puzzle game, and that's where the gameplay kicks in. Point is, they decided for the remaster they're going to throw a third girl into the mix. But how could you possibly do that? Oh wait, let's give her a penis. So they haven't confirmed it, but like the leading theory based on the trailers and fan reactions that this girl totally has a penis, and that's why he's like flipping out when he sees her naked in the trailer, because he's staring right at her penis. And this kind of ties into the fact the anime community is on this new thing where they've really, really liked the concept of traps. And this is really appealing to it. What?
I don't know. No, I got no comment.
I don't want to make
I got nothing against.
May or may not be offensive.
I just want to know where it came from. Like, are just more people into the whole
Does
bi
this have to be a
thing?
thing that goes mainstream? Like, it's bad enough that this
no,
exists
apparently this has been a thing for a while. Chicks with dicks is a thing.
With the main character's internal struggle between what he thinks is right and what he really wants to do. And that's what this girl is. He has to struggle with his own heterosexuality. I think that might be the angle they're going for. But being Japan, they will not say a word of this in the ads, and they'll just let the game slip out and be like, oh, we'll just apologize when it becomes controversial later. And I'm really digging this. I want to see, because Atlas pulls some weird shit in their games. So I want to see how this plays out. I'd honestly be really upset if we find out she doesn't have a penis, and this was all for nothing. It's just another waifu. It feels weird to say that, but I said
Speaking of waifus.
Speaking of waifus, Final Fantasy Crystal has nothing to do with waifus.
I assume, Freeman, come on. Someone somewhere has one character from a Final Fantasy game. Any Final Fantasy game is a waifu.
So anyone like me who thought the GameCube was the superior console between the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, you dealt with the Final Fantasy drought when Final Fantasy was exclusive to PlayStation 1. But we did have one great game for GameCube, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and it is now getting remastered for Switch and PS4. I'm excited for this one. It was a good game. That's all I have to say about that.
It's a good game.
Good game. This one is hot off the press. So someone posted.
I put this on.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Earlier today on r/gaming, I went on while I was bored as fuck at work, and straight at the top was someone's cell phone footage of a not yet announced, apparently from Rocksteady, Harry Potter open world RPG set potentially during the time of Fantastic Beasts.
Oh man.
I read a little bit of an article about it. Apparently this guy was at like this those like surveys they have at a mall or something like that, where they just grab people and maybe give them a little bit of money or something.
Yeah.
To market research. Apparently he left without signing the NDA, and they didn't check him for a cell phone. So he recorded a little bit of camera footage. I didn't watch that much of the footage, but apparently everyone's freaking out. And honestly, I could see this being a massive success. Oh, yeah, they're fucked.
So wait, is it like Pokemon Go?
No. Like, it's an actual video game. It's real. It's a real game.
It looks like a over-the-shoulder console, like, action game.
Kind of a cross between, like, how the... Okay, I didn't play any of the new Harry Potter games when the last movies were coming out. But you know how they all were just a third-person shooter?
Yeah.
It looks like they're kind of taking maybe the action from that and kind of a little bit of Arkham-y open-world feel. I mean, it's Rocksteady doing an open-world thing, but it seems like it's an open-world RPG.
That's so weird.
I'm excited. I want to see.
I actually think this has a lot of potential. I wouldn't play it, but I know I would actually try to get Val to play it or let her play it on my computer.
I was gonna say basic hoes will love this game.
Jesus.
That means you're gonna have to play it because you're gonna play it with fucking Leslie.
Absolutely not. We're playing
fucking
Spyro,
liar.
fam.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you got Spider-Man.
Tyler, this game's not even announced yet.
I know.
Oh, you said
Well,
Spyro, not
Leslie's
Spider-Man.
gonna want to borrow
I
my
misheard you.
PS4 probably.
Well, either way, you're still gonna have to interact with the game.
Unfortunately.
All right, that's all. It's a leak. It's just hot off the presses. Let's see if Rocksteady responds or if they just kind of go dark and wait. Because I mean, if they're showing it to people, there has to be some progress on the game. So,
I mean, it looks
we
like
might be hearing about this before the end of the year.
pretty stable state from the footage we saw.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a real announcement.
it looked like it
reaction.
was a trailer more than an actual gameplay walkthrough. So maybe there's only some parts kind of completed, but still, usually if there's a trailer cut together, that means there's a decent percentage of stuff to show people.
Plus, this game,
So.
it wasn't like even announced previously. It's going to get announced with trailer footage already.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was totally unannounced. No one knew this even existed. So, all right, let's keep chugging along.
God, this is the worst fucking announcement. I mean, it's good for people who aren't me, but last week or 2 weeks, I forget whenever the Tokyo Game Show was. Both these next two stories are about.
That was like 2 or 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago, Capcom puts out an announcement saying we're having a panel that Ace Attorney fans cannot afford to miss. So naturally, we're flipping out. We're like, oh, is it the new game? Are they gonna bring all the ones they didn't release in the US? The US? No. It's a panel that the original Phoenix Wright trilogy, the one that finished in 2008 for Game Boy Advance and remastered on DS, is now coming to Xbox, PS4, Switch, and PC. That's right.
Yeah.
The first 3 games of the 7-part series with 3 spin-offs is being re-released on all consoles. And I couldn't fucking miss that announcement.
Okay, look, I mean, I get that that's something they overblew, but that does matter.
It does matter.
It does still show interest in the series, if nothing else.
This is the first time they've had, outside of Marvel vs. Capcom, they had Phoenix Wright on a console that's non-Nintendo. So
exactly,
it's gonna increase accessibility.
Plus, it's another one of those things like, look, we're bringing it to the Switch. Everybody's so got the fucking hard on for the Switch right now. Let's fucking get it on the Switch.
The problem is, can't miss announcement is now a meme within the Phoenix Wright community.
Okay, well, yeah.
We're not that big of a community. We don't have that many jokes anymore.
Speaking of Japanese bullshit that no one can understand.
That's right, the Japanese Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, mini trailer showing off the Big Hero 6 world, which was previously announced but we hadn't seen in action, was shown off. We did get the official box art, which is, I don't know, man. It's making me think that this game might actually release at some point in the next couple of years.
Nah.
But then,
in the next couple of years, maybe.
Maybe. But then the surprise announcement last, Thursday, I think, was that the song that's used in all the trailers right now, Don't Think Twice, which I'm not going to lie, it's not Utada Hikaru's best song. I'd even argue that it's not a good fit for Kingdom Hearts as an opening theme. They announced that they were originally planning on having electronic remix, the same way that they remixed the songs of the first game, Simple and Clean. But then they decided they weren't going to when they announced who she was collaborating with, and the person she's collaborating with is Skrillex. And they decided that rather than remix the song Don't Think Twice, they're going to write an original one called Face My Fears, which will be the opening, and the current song, which does fit the somber sound of an ending credits, is going to be used as the end credits theme. But more importantly, Skrillex is doing the Kingdom Hearts opening. What timeline is this?
The most dubbed timeline.
Well, all right, so he doesn't really do wub step anymore, so I'm actually excited. Some of his more recent songs are pretty good. But I'm interested mostly because I think Don't Think Twice is a terrible song, and I would have been upset if it was the opening.
Man, your opinion of this is
Don't Think Twice is not a very good song. Every other word in the chorus is baby.
It's not their best. It's okay. It's not really on theme.
Well, it's not that good. I just personally hate it. It's everyone has opinions, and mine is terrible. But yeah, but that's it for Kingdom Hearts. Hopefully, we'll get an actual release date announced, not the fake one they said was in January.
I was gonna say, when you said the box art came out, I was like, and they announced it was also canceled or pushed back another 5 years.
Look, all I'm gonna say is when they delayed Kingdom Hearts 2.8 HD Final Chapter Prologue, they failed to update the signs that they put up at Comic-Con.
Freeman, you can't make up these names because they all sound real at this point.
That's the joke.
Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Look this shit up. I'm not making. This isn't a joke here.
Search it. Search it, Tim. Look it up. Because it's real.
2.8. Look at the fucking title for 2.8.
This was a bullshit name.
No. Kingdom Hearts HD. I thought I was making that part up. That part's real.
Holy shit. Wow. But since this is the Japan cast, I guess we have to stick with the most Japanese.
That's right. That was a very weeby title. But you know what else has a weeby title?
Literal weeb.
That's right. It's a weeb shit. I go into these just hoping you're going to say something that I can just play off of, and thank you very much.
That's okay. We're only going to talk about one show right now, and that's.
Come on, these are all short. The first one's the only long one.
I know it's important though.
It's a full page of weeb shit this week.
Sorry,
this
actually,
month.
Though.
So number one was Hero Academia ended this week, but not before.
No, oh wait, not whoa shit.
But not before the movie would be released in U.S. theaters, which 2 out of 3 of the T fighters got to see this week. Tim, did you end up seeing it in both languages or just one?
No, we didn't end up going the second time.
So you saw it dubbed?
Yes.
All right, I saw it.
No. Sub.
Okay,
sorry.
Good. Yeah, I don't know what I would have done watching it dubbed.
No, because we watched it the same night.
I wasn't sure if it was airing subtitled every night.
I'm pretty sure it. No, I'm pretty sure like first 2 nights were sub, and then second, third, and fourth. I don't know. Fuck it. I thought like first half was sub, then dub.
Okay, because here the night that we both went was the only sub night. The rest were dubbed.
I thought there were 2 advertised. I don't know. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. We
anyway,
both went.
Point is, we both went and night.
Went on sub night.
Went on with very low expectations, and walked
mostly because of you.
And walked away, actually pretty blown away by how well done it was.
Pretty fucking good.
Pretty good
I don't
movie.
know about you.
Like, I've seen a lot of shonen movies, and I can tell you 2 things. One, they're usually bad, and the first one's usually the worst.
Yeah, you said this over and over leading up to this movie. I was like, man, this is gonna fucking suck.
Dude,
I'm barely even gonna go see this shit.
Every other big shonen movie, the first movie always sucks. It's always terrible.
So, I will say one thing that was amazing was the fact. So, spoilers for the show, absolutely. But obviously, halfway through this season, when All Might lost his powers, it was like, well, time to never see All Might do anything ever again that's interesting. He went out on a fucking high note, and then it's like, nope, just kidding. The movie was saving the one thing you wanted to see before he lost his powers to do during the movie with Deku. And it was...
Okay. And we're talking about this because I expressed no interest in seeing the movie.
Which is a mistake. There's some real good shit.
I understand why you didn't show any interest at first, but now we're saying that you should take the chance to watch at some point, because it was actually a very good movie.
All right.
Tyler, look, as everybody knows, the story doesn't impact anything. That's fine. But seriously, some of the stuff... Like, when I say you get to see All Might do stuff that you're never going to get to see him again, that's actually a noticeable point that's worth seeing the movie for.
Yeah, it was worth it just for All Might.
Yeah, just to see All Might as... It's actually kind of, like... It was a little bit sad, but to see All Might be super badass, and also to start off the movie seeing young All Might, it's really special, actually.
Yeah, the movie did... So there's 2 things that definitely did right. One was they made it canon. They didn't, contradict anything.
Is?
Yeah, it's canon.
Oh, shit.
Yes, everything that happened in the movie is legit to the plotline.
Yeah, you kept saying, oh, all these movies just make up bullshit and none of them actually count at all.
I mean, it's true, though.
Except the author co-wrote and said, yeah, everything in this can be canon because I didn't write All Might's backstory prior to this.
Amazing. Oh, my God.
So it's good. On top of that, they solved the single movie power-up concept. So this is something that happens in literally every shonen movie. The protagonist will find a new power they use for the special move at the end of the movie, but then they never use that power again because it only existed in the movie.
It's called make it a piece of technology that breaks.
They created a way for Deku to just use All for One in a way that it made perfect sense that he can't use it again.
Yep. Tyler, you saw the promotional pictures, that gauntlet, that red glove?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looked like a cast on his arm.
Spoiler, he fucking uses that, goes All for One heavy, and then it breaks. Whoops.
1 for all heavy.
Who the fuck cares? Like, it was awesome.
It was cool.
Just made for the movie.
The last thing I wanted to say about this movie.
Fuck seeing movies in public ever, though, because anime girls are the worst people on the face
it's the
of
worst.
Fucking earth.
Weebs are fucking terrible.
Holy shit.
Don't get me wrong.
Damn,
I like when
no.
excited.
Tim said weeb girls in particular.
Yeah, because my theater had a group of 5 girls who came in
Tim
right
is
before
sexist.
the movie started.
Timpedia sexist.
Too bad.
Y'all heard it here.
I don't fucking care.
Damn.
Too bad.
Oh shit.
we were in the second to last row. We came in actually like 20 minutes early, and the theater was already over half full.
Yeah,
and
sold out.
5 minutes before the movie starts, 5 girls, I think at least some of them were like in costume or had wigs on or something, come up to the top and ask. Luckily, we were on the left side away from the door because it was a small theater with only one door. But these 5 girls come up and are like, oh, there's enough seats in this row. Can you guys all kind of just crush together so we can all sit together? And eventually people relent and very frustratedly, obviously for good reason, because they came early to get center aisle seats, like center row seats. And then these girls just...
I would have told them no. I've been like, yo, fuck
split
that
up.
noise.
Tyler,
yeah, it looks like you're split.
Legitimately for like 3 minutes straight, they were like, we came here early on purpose for this. And the girl's like, but we really want to sit with our friends.
They would catch these fucking hands.
All right, anyway.
Literally full Cowling Detroit smashed their ass.
Oh my God.
So obviously there are a few parts in the movie where everybody's hyped. So a lot of people are yelling and excited. Like when All Might's first on screen, everyone's like, fuck yeah, All Might. See Deku, all the girls go nuts over Bakugo and Todoroki and everybody except and when, oh my God, one of the greatest scenes. So spoiler actually a little bit, Tyler. I had no idea from the trailers, but actually most of Class 1A is in this movie.
Yeah,
about half of them actually play a
well.
part. Like, I had no idea, but about half of them, almost all of them you see, about half of them actually do shit.
Wow.
But you see Kaminari's the electric one?
No, that's
right?
Kaminari's
no,
hardening.
that's his friend.
You're thinking of Lightning.
What's his name?
Lightning's actual name.
All right, well, regardless, him and Mineta are there in a really shitty capacity, Tyler, because it's this fancy island that they go to, and they're both there as waiters. So everyone sees Electric Guy, and all the girls especially, but everyone starts cheering, and then it cuts 3 seconds later to Mineta next to him. It's like, oh.
My theater was
no one cheers for
my theater was the opposite. You see fucking Lightning Guy cheering, everyone's cheering, then Mineta shows up, and the whole theater pops off. Everyone is dying of laughter. My theater loved Mineta, and I was so happy I got to see it with them, and not you, because Mineta was hilarious in this movie. And you can't make
regardless, though, so cut to random points throughout the movie. Like, near the end, someone gets shot. I'm not going to say who, but someone gets shot, and it's a surprise. These 5 girls start screaming their fucking heads off so loud and for so long that dialogue starts happening and you can't hear it over them screaming in like agony over this guy getting shot. Like, and then they even started fucking talking about like, no, how could he do that? And one guy actually sitting right in front of us was like, hey, could you not? He didn't say it loud. I just heard it because I was right behind him. But he obviously didn't intend to say it loud enough. But just
I wouldn't be
tough.
able to be there.
Like, could you not?
Yeah,
just Tyler would have fucking gone off.
You guys need to understand, a cornerstone of weebs is that they just can't physically exist in public.
Nah, man, I hate that shit.
I'm a rare breed that
with black people in the fucking studio in the movie.
There were black people in the movie, Tyler. There were black people in my.
I can almost get, but I bet they were probably just as hype. You know how they get.
No.
You know how niggas get with fighting games and fucking Naruto and shit.
Speaking of fighting games, though, there's some fighting game fucking moves in this movie.
Anyway.
But honestly though, that bothers me. Like they like, I wish people had more respect.
Oh no, I want to watch the movie. Like Freeman was saying before the podcast, he's probably gonna buy the Blu-ray. I probably would buy the Blu-ray just to watch the movie again here, because I also drank too much soda leading up to it and like was dying having to go to the bathroom right at the end. So I was only half able to concentrate. It fucking sucked. So I was like, this is really cool. I really gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, the
other
minutes are great. I can't wait to watch on Blu-ray. The only concern I have with this is I think Hero may have written themselves into a corner. For anyone who remembers Dragon Ball Z, during the Cell Saga, Goku dies. And they needed a way to have Goku alive in all the movies that they were going to do in the next year. So they had like 6 or 7 movies that took place during the week between perfect Cell shit and the Cell games. And all these movies take place during this week. And I'm very concerned that everything going forward is going to take place during the gap between season 2 and season 3 of Hero, because we've already had the first 2 OVAs took place in that gap. The bonus episode that had All Might in it took place during that gap. This movie takes place during that gap because you have the magic combination of Deku has full Cowling 5% and All Might can still use All for One.
Or One for All. For One.
Yeah, One for All.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned that there's gonna be a lot more movies and OVAs in the 1 week before the Cell games, essentially.
I think it would actually be more likely to be a combination of flashbacks to when he has powers. Because there's obviously plenty of... I mean, so early in the movie, Tyler, they go through... Deku... because I think even you saw in the trailer, they go to this island and they meet All Might's friend from when he was a kid. When he was
I'll be
in
real
college.
with you right now. I never watched the trailer either.
That's fine. Okay, so one of the main characters introduced in the movie is All Might's friend from when he was growing up. It's a scientist guy. He designed all of All Might's suits, and Deku has this nerd out moment where he's like, "Oh my god, you designed Bronze Age, Silver Age, Golden Age, and like whatever the current age is." So there's like 3 or 4 suits that they show what they are. And you see one of them in the very beginning of this movie when they have the flashback, and then they have his current suit that he retired in. Mm-hmm. And, like, there's 2 suits in there. They drew them and designed them. We could easily see shit from there. We also didn't see his master at all. We could easily have, like, a whole movie about All Might's backstory.
I'm going to tell you right now, they're not, because All Might is not the main character of Hero Academia.
You're not wrong. But I'm saying, like, okay, but if you're going to go with that route, then... Class 1A is huge, and they've introduced so many other cool heroes. They could easily do something on the side.
They won't, though. This movie
Shut up.
Movies for anime are marketing strategies. They're not going to leave Deku out of a movie. Every movie going forward,
I'm not saying
Deku
leave Deku
is
out of a movie.
the main character.
No, I'm saying you have it about Class 1A because you have enough cool heroes. You don't need You don't need All Might to be in another movie with powers.
Oh, but they're going to want
That's
All
what
Might
I'm saying.
Powers, then.
Well, fuck, but I'm saying if Deku's the main character, they don't have the Goku problem.
Do you want to have,
I know exactly.
You want to have when they made a Dragon Ball Z movie without Goku?
They're not gonna, because Deku's the main character. Broly. Oh my god.
Bio Broly.
Bio Broly sucked.
Yes. Anyway, moving on.
They did have Goku for the family Kamehameha.
He was barely there.
Yeah, but he was still there.
Anyway, moving on. Hero Academia ended this week. And before anyone could even utter the words, is there going to be a season 4? They confirm, yes, there will be a season 4.
Not even confirmed season 4. The last episode, instead of a preview for the next episode, is a teaser trailer for season 4.
But before the narration even starts to explain there's going to be season 4, it's just text on screen for like 8 seconds going, season 4 confirmed. Coming. And then they proceed to describe that season 4 is happening while it's just plastered on screen.
It's pretty great.
They ended the season in such an odd spot.
You think?
This episode didn't feel like it was like a season finale.
I ain't caught up.
Yeah, but they had the little tail at the end.
I am not.
Watch the episode. We'll talk about this later. Then.
Wait, one episode or like multiple?
one episode.
So you met the big 3, but you haven't seen what Tintin.
Oh wait, no. Sorry. No, 2 episodes.
Oh fuck, he doesn't know who Tintin is.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
he's
bruh.
He's pretty great.
Dude, Lucas is OP.
I'm trying to watch
shut up.
all these shows. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Better Call Saul. Excuse me, you say why?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, Sunny's a good show. Saul's
no, I know
shit,
Sunny's
though.
good, but I'm traumatized by you know who Freeman.
Well, yeah, I know
like to not
story.
think about him when I watch that show.
Yeah, it's hard for me to watch that show in any consecutive order.
It's so funny because like I don't know. It's just my kind of comedy. It really is like on a funny level.
Like I said, it's really just honestly trauma from years of only seeing it in that context. But anyway, you should just finish My Hero because
I know
it's 2 episodes and then you're done for whoever knows.
There's a lot of things I need to watch.
1 year. It's coming back every March. There's no way they're not doing it.
I don't know. Some of the r/anime people were like, there's someone on Twitter, like maybe a voice actress thing, is like, I don't know if April's gonna happen this year.
It's totally happening this year.
Fucking better. Anyway, let's blow through this other shit so we can be done.
Other shit?
2 hours.
You mean all of the weeb shit I wrote down that isn't Hero Academia? Sure, let's do it. In the last 2 weeks,
oh my,
the anime memes economy has been ruined.
By
fucking Bowsette. And I knew I'd get shit for this in the comments if I didn't bring it up.
Why are we even talking about
this? This is weeb shit.
No, it's not.
No, it's not weeb shit, though.
Fine.
How?
Fine, I won't explain it.
Well, I just want to know.
Who wants to explain it? It fucking blows.
It's a great story of how shitty the internet is.
We don't need more stories about that.
We were there to witness the creation of this god-awful trend. I saw the original.
I wish I didn't. I really wish I didn't.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it ruined the internet for like a week.
Yeah.
There's nothing funny was posted.
Pretty much. I mean, it's also. I mean, you could say that the week before that, r/gaming was ruined by Spider-Man screenshots. So it's like the internet's constantly ruined. Why do we have to talk?
I would
about
rather see Spider-Man screenshots than whatever this fucking abomination should be.
Oh my god!
Like,
It's
I should
just
take up
guys who wanna
religion
jerk
just so I
off
could
to
cleanse this.
Bowser.
Maybe I should explain to the users what we're talking about.
Oh my god!
No, you shouldn't. They okay. If they know my channel, this is another case of if they know enough to watch this, they know what fucking Bowsette is.
Yeah, all right, that happened. Moving on to another controversy.
Freeman, we're overruling you on this one. I'm
All right,
sorry.
so the
This
My
one
Anime
sucks.
democracy.
List controversy never ends. It was
This is a good one to talk
August,
about the internet.
July. I don't fucking know. It's been like half a year now almost that My Anime List just keeps rolling out shit after shit update to try and fix the website they broke, but they still can't.
Didn't Mother's Basement mention this in a video recently?
I
Like, he
don't
mentioned
remember.
I thought. Never mind. Keep going.
Point is, they finally released their air quotes final update where they said, "We are working on a new API. We have no timeline." Translation: fuck you. You're not getting all the shit that was in the old API anymore.
Wow.
No, your apps won't work. No, we're not going to tell you when it's ready.
Wow.
So the development community is just fucking pissed. But
How is no one building a new one of these like already? This is insane.
Because they have no obligation to have an API available to the general public.
No, but I mean, like,
Well, like
how is
another
no-
competitor could like
Yeah.
scoop this up and be like, "Yo, now's our time to fucking shine."
Oh, there is.
Where's the weebs? Where's the
Analyst is
weebs like
big.
you who know how to code? Who are like, we're gonna build our own.
I don't know.
Fucking
There's a lot
thing.
of other sites that do this, and now they're picking up steam. So Minus may not be the big dog come next year. But now
Come next. That's so far away though for all
I mean,
this
next
shit.
year's in, like,
No,
3
next year-
months.
Next
No,
year
I'm
in
saying-
business terms
Yeah,
is
but no.
very right
I'm
around
saying-
the corner. What?
I'm saying, considering this has been going on for months, saying maybe by next year, finally, all the shit that's been going on since the middle of summer
All
will
it takes
catch
is
up to
one
them.
other website to release an API that does what MyList used to, and MyList doesn't,
it's
and then
over.
that's it. That's where all the devs go. That's where all of your free mobile apps that update your list go to. That's all it's going to take to start people moving. It's which dev can
Freeman,
release.
you
got to
get on this.
faster.
This is your new business idea. You should have pitched.
Dude, the worst part is
Oh my
my
God.
first Alexa skill I was going to submit for this contest to win free shit from Amazon was I was going to make the My Anime List Alexa skill, but then they
Jesus.
fucked up the API when I started working on it.
Goddamn.
You actually put time into this.
Well, I make Alexa
my
skills for a
God.
living. I spent like 15 minutes setting up, and then I went to go start work with the API. Everyone's like, "Don't bother, it's down."
Damn, get fucked.
I mean, I didn't lose that much time. I lost like 20 minutes setting it up.
But it's still hilarious.
You know,
Freeman,
we
it's not
still-
even hilarious because of you. It's just hilarious that it's like you went to set this up and bam, the API doesn't fucking work anymore.
Yo, we still need to make that game.
What game?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
What were you
Alexa
guys were gonna
game?
make
Yeah.
You were gonna figure out how to
We
make
gotta
an
figure
Alexa
that
game.
out. There's still no easy way to do it.
There really isn't.
They started selling Alexa buttons for games, but no one bought it.
Yeah, I haven't heard of a thing.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
Anyway, Freeman,
so-
you were saying about my anime.
So the second half of the My List controversy is we're starting to experience how do I put this? Cleansing of history in relation to weeaboo history. So My Anime List has started partnering with like legitimate manga companies. They're part with the Anime Network to offer streams through their websites. They're kind of going legit the same way Crunchyroll did way back when. For anyone who doesn't know, Crunchyroll used to just be a pirating site until they got the rights to Naruto and Bleach, and then they went legit. And the internet likes, or sorry, not the internet. These companies are trying to hide the fact their origins very strictly lie in like piracy territory. One of the best parts of My Anime List was that for shows that weren't licensed, My Anime List kept a list of which fan subgroups worked on them in which languages, so you could find them if it wasn't available in your country, which was amazing. But now My Anime List cleansing is going through and removing all these fan sub listings and saying
We're legit now.
we don't want these on our site, even though we're not a
Nice.
distributor. We don't want these on here. And everyone's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Your original purpose was a listing of which shows had which groups working on them." And like, I'm going crazy. Like I sat there when people said the Holocaust didn't exist, and I waved my arms like, "There's no way this is
Oh
happening."
my god.
And then I see it
Holy
happen in front of my
shit.
face. I see people just making up history and pretending shit didn't happen. And for anyone who's a Jewish listener, I'm Jewish as well. That was supposed to be a joke. But point is, we're just erasing history and forgetting that it happened and not acknowledging that these sites all start off as piracy sites. And it's annoying. No one acknowledges that piracy is what made anime big in the US in the first place.
Yo,
Definitely
CD
not wrong.
Projekt was like, yo, we had to pirate games. That's the only way we could get games.
Right?
And they're very open about it.
What is the fucking what's the Gabe Newell quote? I'm gonna Twice in one episode. This has been
Twice
relevant.
in one episode.
Piracy quote. Come on, give it to me. Google, don't let me down. It's not a pricing problem. Fuck, it's only half the quote. Piracy is almost always a service problem and not a pricing problem. That was.
We were just talking about this.
Yes, twice in the same episode.
But he wanted the exact quote this time.
I wanted the exact quote. I wanted to offer some legitimacy instead of just some angry kids screaming on the internet. But back to angry people screaming on the internet. So one of my favorite shows, RE0. There was no announcement of the second season, but we did have an OVA coming out. But due to the popularity, the OVA was aired in theaters before the DVD release. And the leading theory was that we were going to get a second season announcement at the end of the OVA. Instead, what we got was an announcement of a second OVA in 1 year. Everyone's mad until they announced the title and the contents of the OVA, which are the backstory of two characters who are very, very important to the plot line that would happen in season 2. So there's still hope that we're going to get that season 2 announcement next year. But I feel like I'm just repeating myself because now it's the same shit pushed it back 12 months.
Yeah.
But that gives everyone more than enough time to watch RE0, which is an amazing show. On to some less amazing shows. The Persona 5 anime ended this weekend, and they dropped the ball super duper hard. For anyone who's played...
I feel like you've only complained about this show.
Well, it finally started getting good. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. It's going to be 36 episodes. Like, once they hit 12, they're like, fuck it. We need to stop spending time showing, like, combat because it doesn't look anything like the games. Like, focus on the characters, their interactions, add more shit so there's more depth to characters, make it exciting. And it was great. It was the last 12 episodes have been amazing. But then they decide that they're going to end... So in the game, there's like 7 or 8 dungeons. We just finished dungeon 5, and they're like, oh, we're going to end it right here where the air quotes bad ending would take place if you fucked up the game. And we're just going to lump the last 2 dungeons, which are like a quarter of the game. That's going to be in an episode that comes out in 3 months online only. I'm like, you're going to fucking compress a quarter of Persona 5 into a single episode? What?
10 out of 10. Best game.
10 out of 10.
Holy shit, go play Persona 5, because fuck this anime. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna get you guys angry this one. So.
Oh no.
Oh
Capcom... no, is this that thing you sent the picture of?
No.
Okay.
So. But for reference, I keep making jokes about anime titles getting shittier and shittier every season. There's one coming out this season called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Which is, for anyone who doesn't play Dragon Quest, Slime's like the weakest monster. So it's just sort of him being transported to RPG, but he's just the shittiest.
That's even a line in fucking Konosuba. Oh my god.
So, point is, everyone's joking how the title feels like a Family Guy setup. That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
The fucking cutaway gag shit.
Hey, Lois, remember... Anyway, this anime is even dumber. So, in like 2006, Capcom wanted their own version of like Dynasty Warriors, their own like just beat 'em up against armies kind of concept. And they're like, how do we like make this cool? So they went through Japanese history and they looked at like the warring states era. If you were to equate it to something like the US, imagine if it was the Civil War, but all 50 states were fighting each other. What this game did was it took all the historical generals and it gave them cool anime character designs. And you pick whatever you want and you would just like fight against like 100 NPCs at the same time. It was a fun game. Then they released an anime for it, which was just a horribly inaccurate mistelling of the Warring States period of Japan using cool anime characters. But it ended up being that these characters had just immense amounts of personality, to the point that they were their own like independent characters outside of who they were supposed to be representing historically. And they have a huge following. And this is where it's gone too far. They decided they're going to take the same characterized versions of like essentially Civil War generals from Japan, but they're going to put them into a high school setting. And have those same characters be in a fucking generic high school anime. But they keep all the stupid inside jokes in the first anime. This is like
literally
Robert E. Lee in high school fighting his arch rival Ulysses S. Grant on the volleyball club. Like this is...
I can't even be surprised.
Like, I'm not exaggerating. That's what this is. And of course I'm going to watch it because I saw the original anime. But this is like, we're approaching the point where anime is just, it's dumb at this point.
It's Japan. Like,
I would rather talk about this next thing because it's hilarious.
Oh, the next thing is great. So this Sunday, both the tight ends from from Cleveland did a celebration dance after a touchdown, and as all the weebs in the world noticed, it was 100% the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z.
I had to explain it to Val why I was laughing.
They got
so
it
hard
on point too. Like there was no miss.
They did.
There was.
Nope.
It wasn't symmetrical, and everyone pointed out.
Oh,
So half
stop
the
it.
week he's like, it wasn't right. And the other half is like, shut the fuck up. They're doing the fusion dance on live TV.
Like, actually, anyone who says it wasn't right, flush. You get to the lower level of humanity.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I noticed
Fuck
right away, but I was
you.
like, whatever. They did the fusion dance.
Who
I don't give a
Who
shit.
cares?
gives a shit though?
That's if you complain about 2 pro football players doing the fusion dance wrong, you're dead to me.
Okay, well,
If you
I didn't notice it
No.
on the first watch. It was on the 5th or 6th.
No,
Wait a minute, his leg's wrong.
Freeman, it's not about noticing it. It's if you felt like you had to go online and complain about it on Reddit or something.
But free internet.
you
points
had to
just
do that-
one up everyone.
No.
Flush, flush.
KYS.
You go to the
Everyone
lower level.
who does. Why complain? It's just funny. It's just something funny.
It's so hilarious and so wholesomely funny. Why is this something to complain about? How sad are you that you have to complain about it online?
Well, if you watch anime, you're
Holy
already
shit.
pretty sad.
yeah,
I know.
exactly.
Too bad.
Listen, everybody, all the weeb fans that pissed off, you're mad because you still live in your mom and dad's basement.
No, look, we're done. We're not talking about them anymore.
No,
It
we
was
are talking
awesome.
about it. No.
That's hilarious. No,
Okay.
we can talk about it, not them. It was fucking hilarious. I
Yeah.
saw the clip and I was rolling in the bed laughing last night, and I had to explain to Val what the fusion dance even was
God.
and why it was hilarious that these guys did it. It was actually a great play too. the clip I sent to you guys on
the
did you
play
guys
was
see it
actually
from the
pretty
thing I
good.
sent?
I didn't actually
follow
watch the
football.
play. I just saw the dance.
No, I don't
I know.
watch football, but
I know.
it was a good pass.
You know, we don't want to let everybody know that Tim's a normie, all right?
God no.
Oh
It's
God,
okay,
no!
man. I
Don't
play
accuse
fantasy
me of
football.
being a normie.
No, hell no. But it was fun.
I called my coworker today a normie.
What did he say?
He was like, "What the a normie?" I was like, "Yeah,
What's
you
a
watch,
normie?
You watch fucking." Because we were talking about anime. We threw up Outlaw Star on the fucking TV today.
Oh man.
And I was like, yo, this is fucking great. And he's like, I don't know what any of this shit is. I'm like, yeah, 'cause you're a fucking normie.
Oh my god.
He's like, what?
Yeah, if your response to "you're a normie" is
It's
what
you're a normie.
You're a fucking
You have
normie.
to ask. You already know.
It's like, considering we talked about Harry Potter before, it's like if you walk up to someone and look like, "You're a muggle." What's a muggle? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
All right, we're almost there.
All right. Next one.
We only have 10 more announcements.
It's fine. So the next one,
Freeman,
Crunchyroll.
you can do it. It's just funny.
Crunchyroll has addressed the insane amount of criticism that came at them the same week that High Guardian Spice happened. But rather than deal with High Guardian Spice, they'd rather just have their devs release the HTML5 player for the website they've been dragging along for 3 years. So that came out. It's nice. You can now actually rewind to the beginning of an episode if someone else had started it in the middle or something.
Hold on. Can I ask, is this why? Is this a reason why Chromecast would have stopped working all weekend?
No, the HTML5 player's already been on Chromecast for like ever.
Because no joke, me and Val tried to watch Konosuba on fucking Chromecast.
I don't understand
all
why you're
weekend.
upset, but all right, continue your story.
We'll talk about it. And I had to plug my tablet into the TV with HDMI because it just, for some reason, it just kept saying buffering for like 5 minutes straight.
It's probably
and
just a
not
Crunchyroll
letting
issue because this isn't new. This has been out for like 2-3 weeks now.
Okay, that's fine. I figured it might have been, but I figured I'd check
But this
too.
changes only for their web player. All of the consoles already use HTML5. There was already a Chrome plugin that let you use the same console player that you also got on Chromecast that everyone had been using for a bit. The player's nice. The only issue right now is they went essentially they started working on this like 3 years ago, and they didn't add the new feature they added to the old player since then. So autoplay is by default enabled, which I don't like. I don't want to jump into the next episode always. And then it always resets to auto for your resolution. It's trying to be like Netflix, where it's like, oh, let's just hide it from you. They do let you pick it, but you have to reselect it on every episode, which is really annoying.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. We'll see if they make updates to it. I really doubt they're going to, unless someone makes a big stink.
I mean, it's the anime community, so of course it's going to raise a fucking big
Yeah.
stink.
Well, something the anime community's not making a big stink about was the Bleach live action movie actually wasn't bad. I couldn't believe what I heard. People are actually enjoying it.
I got zero faith.
I
That sounds
have some
impossible.
faith now because people who I trust their opinion of, they're like, yeah, it was actually decent. Like they took the first arc of Bleach and they took a little bit of the whole Soul Society bit and they threw it in. But they managed to make it so the costumes looked true to the anime. They didn't look outlandish for real life. And they said that except for like Ichigo not seeming quite as brash, all the other characters like were very true to the way they were, like in the anime / manga. So I'm willing to give it a shot. I know for a fact, like, the story's not the same. That's the way it always works in these movies. You have to accept that, but it's just how they capture the characters, how they capture the feel. As long as it doesn't seem too ridiculous like the Titan movie did. I'm willing to give this one a shot. It's on Netflix. I've heard good things about it.
It is a Netflix movie, or just
No,
it's
Netflix
on
just has the
Netflix?
rights to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a separately funded movie in Japan.
That would explain why I didn't hear about it nearly as much as I heard about Death Note.
No, they
or
weren't pushing
Full
for it hard. 'Cause
Metal.
it wasn't like a Netflix
I know
original
Full Metal
series.
was on Netflix, but
Also,
yeah.
because I wouldn't shut up about it prior to the release / during the release of the Death Note
Oh.
movie.
Speaking of Netflix,
But keep it on Netflix. See, there's a flow to my notes here. Netflix is doing their monthly refresh, but one of the big things they're announcing is there's a lot of new shows coming on, stuff they've been holding on to for months, like Seven Deadly Sins Season 2, which started like 6 months ago. They finally have, actually, no more. It ended for multiple weeks. They had trouble dubbing it. So Season 2, which is the actual Season 2, not the Season 2 they have listed, which is just the OVAs, which aren't dubbed. Now the real Season 2 is out, and they don't know what the fuck to call it because they already labeled some other shit Season 2. So that's coming out. Unfortunately, we are having shows being removed from Netflix. There are, I think it's something like 100 titles being pulled, including One Punch Man, which is leaving Netflix on October 20th. Viz Media and Warner Brothers have the joint license. It's going to now be Hulu exclusive following this removal.
Oh, fuck
Wow.
off.
Because
No.
that's what happens when Warner Brothers and Viz partner. They go onto Hulu.
Hardy dardy dar, sailing the seas forever.
Fine, Hulu's not that expensive. Anyway.
Fuck you. I pay for Netflix. I'm not paying for more services.
If you really want One Punch Man, I'm pretty sure I have already sailed the 7 seas and have some of that booty locked up somewhere.
No, it's not. I've already watched it twice and showed it to Val finally.
Listen,
like, I don't
if
care.
you want Hulu, the only thing you need to watch
But
on Hulu
fuck
is
it.
Miami Vice.
But if you ever feel like you want to just sit down and Yarhar Fiddle DD, I have a flash drive with One Punch Man on it. That's already been pirated. Don't tell the police. Anyway, on to the quick announcements.
I mean, I already got the My Hero OVAs a little while ago.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I actually need those.
Yeah, I can send them to you. I have them. Fuck.
Fuck
Yo
you.
ho,
They're pretty
yo
good.
ho. It's time for the quick announcements. So these are just going to rapid fire these. You guys can...
Everything else wasn't
Why'd
quick.
you have
These
to
are
post this fucking meme in the middle of the goddamn show?
What meme?
Oh, you.
Fuck you.
What?
The Twitter link or the thing in this chat?
In the
chat.
TiAnTy chat.
In the chat? Yeah, it was pretty
whatever.
good. It was pretty good.
Anyway, quick announcements, rapid fire. JoJo Part 5, which comes out on Friday, is announced to be 39 episodes. I cannot be happier.
Holy
That's
shit.
3 cores. It's going to be great. It's going to be JoJo. If you don't watch JoJo, go watch. It's great. Attack on Titan. This is the bad news. There are split core rumors, meaning that it's 24 episodes, but there's going to be a 12-week break in the middle.
Nice.
I 100% understand why. This season has been insane. They took one of the worst arcs of the manga and made it actually the best part to be animated so far. The animation outside of some of the CG has been really good, and I understand they don't want to drop the ball in quality and would rather take a 3-month break to make sure the second half is good. They did the same. It's not the same studio, but they did the same kind of thing when they did Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. That show had a crazy amount of animation in the second half, and they took 12 weeks to make sure they didn't fall behind schedule. And it was well worth the wait. I would not be upset. What I am upset about, though, is there was a massive tsunami in Japan last week. One of the regions most affected.
Wait, I thought it was in Indonesia.
It also hit Japan pretty hard.
Oh, it
so
did?
the region
Oh,
of Japan, Okinawa, that was hit the hardest is where Studio Wit is located. So they have delayed the airing of episode whatever number was supposed to come out on Sunday for a week to let the families of the animators catch up, make sure everything's okay. It also gave them timing for the rest of the episodes. In theory, if there's a split core, there's only 2 more episodes after this before the break. So it shouldn't be too disastrous. That said, I don't want to make it sound like I'm pissed that they didn't release that episode. I'm pissed that this happened. My heart goes out to everyone affected by it in Japan, Indonesia, across the world. Studio Wet, keep up the good work. I'm just upset there was no episode this week. Moving on, Sword Art Online Alicization is basically confirmed for 52 episodes. It's confirmed for October. It's confirmed for Crunchyroll. The trailer was released. It doesn't look that bad. I'm probably gonna watch it, even though I hate Sword Art. It's like, this is the piece of me I wish I didn't need. It's that kind of relationship. We'll see what happens. I might just
that
complain
series
every
is
week.
dead to me. It's fucking dead.
Yeah. But there's new hope. It's gonna be.
It's fucking dead, man. To me.
Nah, I need to.
Fuck this show.
No.
Fuck
the.
I
thought it was dead, but then I got to watch them like murder Tokyo Ghoul, then bring it back to life just to murder it like 4 times as hard. They can't do what they did to Tokyo Ghoul, the other big normie anime next to Sword Art Online, they can't do anything that bad. I have hope for Sword Art compared to what the fuck they did to Tokyo Ghoul. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, okay.
Another dead anime studio.
We're
Studio
almost
Trigger. Can they deliver? The answer is no.
No.
Studio Trigger showed off the trailer for SSS Gridman, which is some kind of series they're rebooting. I don't know. But they showed off the character designs. They look cool. And then they showed off the robot, which is 100% CG and looks like butt. So my hope just immediately...
Nice crisp answer.
It just dropped watching this CG robot fire off blasters at a CG kaiju monster, whatever. I have low hopes for this, and I'm waiting for Promare to come out. If that doesn't deliver, I will probably no longer just be excited by hearing Studio Trigger's involved in something, and I'm going to start being like, yeah, I don't know about that. Because that's sort of how I feel now looking at this trailer for Gridman. The last two are pretty meh. Fooly Cooly Alternative, the sequel to Fooly Cooly Progressive, which is the sequel to Fooly Cooly, premiered on Toonami 2 weeks ago. I have heard next to nothing about this. It makes me think it's not that good, especially considering how much the hype died after Progressive was just okay.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this just kills the Fooly Cooly hype forever. I'll probably get around to watch this. Probably just going to marathon it because it's only 6 episodes, just like the last 2 seasons. We'll see what happens. Try and get a report on that next week. And last one is Ace Attorney Season 2. So Ace Attorney had an anime last year when it was coming out. The anime was pretty crap. And it didn't get a simul-dub at the time. It wasn't that popular, but for some reason, it's garnering enough interest that Funimation's like, yes, this is a simul-dub for this season. So it's sort of Ace Attorney Season 2 is getting a simul-dub. Hopefully that draws some attention to it, because the game they're animating for this one is my favorite from the trilogy, the third one. So we will see what happens there. So what did we watch this month? Because normally I ask this week, but this month. Tim, did you want to talk during this segment? Or should I just continue?
Are you dead, Tim?
Sorry, I walked away for a second to grab a tissue.
So I'll talk about what I was watching. And then I'll let Tim take it away.
Oh, I was just gonna say we could just jump into our months.
Fucking months.
Since we're already at an hour 50, we could easily just do our months and what's coming up, and then just do like 5 minutes each and then call it.
All right.
Because I really want to get some water and play Overdank.
I'm hungry.
I actually need food too. We made steamed rolls for dinner.
But that's what it was. It was like, what are they cooking in this pot? And I felt like a Food Wars character going, what could he possibly be cooking?
No, Val bought that to make steamed rolls. I did not enjoy them.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Something about the sweet bread and the pork just threw me for a fucking loop, but I only had 2 of them, and that's been all the food I ate for today, so for dinner after work. Tyler, why don't you cover what happened in the last month and what's coming up this week?
Oh, man. So many things. Oh, shit, it's raining.
Yeah, it's been pouring on me for the last half hour. I'm dreading going out to move my car after this.
Fuck.
It's going to be pouring for the rest of the night, dude.
Oh, well.
I thought you were kidding. Like, I'm just trying to over.
Like, I didn't want to
do
say it.
anything. It's
Like,
raining.
I want to be like, Tyler, in 30 minutes, you're going to get fucking downpoured on. But yeah,
anyway,
so neck of the woods.
I've been
you guys are probably getting the rain we had.
I got hired by the company I've been working for. I don't know if I said that already on air.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I got hired. So yeah,
didn't we come home for Labor Day?
I think
like we had just come back, and that was the last podcast.
Yeah, it was prior to that, because the week after that you went away, and then the week after that we had a disruption. And the week after that, we just
the week after that, Tyler wasn't feeling well.
Yes.
And then the week after that was when I was on vacation.
Anyway, I got hired, so I have a job officially. I mean, I was working, but yeah, thank you. Nothing special. I've been trying to watch all my stuff. I'm reading. Tim's gonna hate me. I'm reading Altered Carbon. I know. I'm trying to work through the stack. I'm watching.
I was gonna say I also just remembered you never even finished Dresden's short stories, did you?
I did. No, I did forever ago. I did like a week after you did.
Sorry, yeah, you're right.
We talked about
Witcher.
it. We spoke.
It's Witcher. It's only Witcher.
It's only Witcher. Was it? I've been playing.
It's okay, I'm just rereading Star Wars books right now.
Yeah, I'm reading that. I'm watching Better Call Saul. It's Always Sunny. My Hero. I need to start watching Attack on Titan.
Hell yeah.
Are you watching that with Leslie? Because you guys got to figure out when you're actually gonna fucking watch the shows.
Listen, man,
Wait,
it's
hold on.
hard.
Have you watched any Hero since that one time?
I don't.
When we were home, no, that would have been the 2
no.
episodes since we were here.
No, no. We have.
You have?
We have not.
No.
No.
We've been very busy.
Okay.
Like yesterday
So
was
let
like
me-
the first time we got to hang
We'll
out.
actually talk about that when we're off camera.
Yeah.
I actually have some news in that department, which is funny.
But speaking of us, we're playing Walking Dead, so we're trying because the new episode
final
came
season?
out. Yeah, so we've been playing that. I think since the last.
We
time.
did not even talk about Telltale.
Oh yeah. Well,
because we didn't want to.
Well, you know what? It's fine. I'll just say it right now. Telltale's closing down. I'm upset. Let's keep moving on. I've been doing a lot of shooting lately, so that's been sucking up
Bang,
my
bang.
money.
I sent you that video today. That was pretty good,
I
right?
did. Yeah, it was great. Like I've been doing a lot of shooting, and I'm having a lot.
Freeman,
of
it was just a guy at a gun range using like 20 different guns. It was just a bunch of clips edited together, but some guy did all the sound effects like pew pew pew, bang bang bang. And it was just all different sound effects. And I was like, oh, Tyler goes and shoots. This is fucking perfect for him.
Yeah, so that's that's what I've been doing. I've been shooting a lot. I've been trying to work on things. Nothing really new. Well, I guess that's all new stuff.
What's coming up?
Just the same shit.
Oh my
There's
God.
no movies I want to see. There's nothing like I'm just
That's
gonna
true.
be watching the show. Literally, this whole summer
When we
has
went to
felt
see
like a movie
Macadamia-
drought.
Oh,
Like,
when we went to see Macadamia, I was like, wow, I could not. The only thing I would consider is seeing Predator for free. Everything else,
yeah,
I
Yeah,
was
it's the
I
first movie
saw-
I've seen since Avengers.
that's right. I saw Predator. Holy shit! It was
No.
fucking awful.
Oh no!
Don't see it. It's so
Jeez.
bad.
I mean,
And it's like they
I wasn't
had
going to, but thank you.
they
for
had one of the
confirming.
original writers, right? What's his face? Shane
I don't
Black,
know. Yeah.
who was on the original Predator movie.
He also did Iron Man 3.
He also did Iron Man 3, which was garbage. But like
hey man,
they tried like way too fucking hard to be like an 80s action movie.
Ugh.
It was just bad. I mean, Olivia Munn looked hot as hell as always, but that could not make up for the rest of the movie. It was just
Mm.
there was nothing cohesive about the story. It felt like it was poorly put together. Like the story felt chopped up. It felt like there was just no stopping it. It just wasn't. I didn't think it was good.
Right.
And I was glad they kept a lot of the practical effects for for Predator. I think that's really the only thing. And it had some cool action scenes, but as far as the characters go, I'm like, man, like all of them. Thomas Jane, I love Thomas Jane. He wasn't doing it for me. Keegan Michael, you know what I'm talking about from Key and Peele.
Yeah.
He didn't do it for me either. I was like, this is bullshit.
Yikes.
Olivia Munn was like, I don't know, doing Olivia Munn. She was all right.
She was a.
She was, I mean, she always lied. You know what I mean? But I would not recommend seeing it, especially if you were a fan of the original Predator. I really wouldn't recommend this movie.
That's always a good recommend. Hey, if you liked the thing that led to this sequel, don't see this new thing.
Yeah, don't see it. You might regret it.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoever wants to go next, Tim
Freeman.
What have I been doing
whoever.
this last month? I finished watching Steins Gate Zero. My final statement is it's great if you watch the original. It's a sequel that built on its predecessor and it matched the hype. I'll say that much. In terms of anime, I'm not happy about Index Season 3, which is one of those big prolific shows everyone wants to watch. I'd only seen the first season of A Certain Magical Index, so I started watching the second season with the subreddit's rewatch, and I fucking hate it. Part of the reason they're doing this rewatch is that it's based on a book, and they cut out like 80% of the book to make the anime.
Nice.
But because of that, it doesn't make any sense. So I can't figure out why this is like everyone's favorite show, because I'd watch an episode and I can't figure out why the main villain's like doing anything. And then I go to the discussion there where this one guy he's a huge fan of the books is doing pages upon pages of comments where he's describing what was cut to make it make sense. He's like, yeah, they cut out like the entire section where they explain why the villain is doing anything in this arc. And I'm like, who the fuck greenlit a show?
Fantastic.
We're gonna cut like all the core material and like leave in like the panty fan service shit. Like, it makes me mad. But I finally reached an arc in this season where it's not shit. So I'm excited that I'm watching it. I hope 3's better because it's gonna be a more modern show. Previously, the show itself came out in like 2006, then again in 2010. So it's been picking up in how modern they do the adaptation. But from what I've seen so far, Index is a garbage show, and I don't understand how it's this popular. That was my mini topic in the Weeb shit this week. Outside of Weeb shit, I'm playing a lot of MTG Arena. Okay, I think it's going to consume the time that I used to spend on Guild Wars, so I've basically quit that game.
Did your guild just fall apart?
The guild did fall apart, so we stopped raiding. I still do they have story updates every like 2 months where they just have like this big content release that includes like a raid, a new dungeon, new whatever. But I don't have anyone to play with anymore, so I just kind of do the story stuff. I get like cool skins for some of my characters, and I just log off for 2 months. So it's mostly I lost my community, and this happened after the first expansion came out that everyone just kind of quit, and then I came back when everyone else wanted to come back in. So I'll probably be back again at some point, but without my community.
When they all want to get back in.
Without the mega multiplayer part, I'm not playing this online RPG. So, but in terms of games, I'm not going to spend week to week talking about playing Life is Strange 2 because I beat it on Saturday night. So I beat the first chapter of Life is Strange 2. Give me my quick little statement on it. It's well made. They've done a way better job with character animations. They don't look as shitty. The dialogue did not feel forced. They kept like lingo in without it feeling like stupid. The characters are all great. The problem is, what I liked about Life is Strange 1 was it was a story about strange powers and supernatural happenings that also happened to be a teen drama.
You know,
this
life being strange.
This one is a teen drama that happens to have like superpowers in it, but they're also not your powers. So in Life is Strange 1, like you could rewind time and have like puzzles or certain conversation bits where you could do something not like how it turned out and like see how it would play out differently. In this game, and I'm gonna spoil the first chapter of Life is Strange 2.
That's fine.
You and your brother are on the run after this crazy incident happens. I'm not gonna explain that much. But at the end, it's basically revealed your brother has some form of telekinesis, which caused the incident in the first place. And that's cool and fine and dandy, except the character you control does not have telekinesis. So this isn't a story where you have any kind of powers. It's a story about someone else having powers, and I think that's going to hurt the game in the long run. I do like the whole narrative of you're this kid's older brother, and you were a piece of shit. And now you have the opportunity to be a good brother to him, or just do whatever the fuck you want and ignore your brother. And there's this...
This sounds like that Kin movie.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Ty, you know?
Nah.
No?
Well, no, I know the movie. I haven't seen
finds the alien gun.
Oh, wait, yeah.
And it's the brother who's like, oh, we're foster brothers because I'm white and you're black, but we're still brothers. It's two brothers.
It's two brothers. If it was that movie, I would totally see it.
Oh my god.
I would go see that. Fuck.
Point is, it's good. It's well done. I'm excited for the next chapter. I don't think, honestly, with Life is Strange 1, I wasn't that excited going into chapter 2, mostly because I started after chapter 3 was already out, so I just marathoned them. But they got to do something that makes me excited to play it. Like, yes, I want to see how the story plays out, but it's not that interesting yet. It's a lot of just conversation options. Like, the whole rewind mechanic was super big for Life is Strange 1. Not having that is...
Didn't you buy the whole game? So you're not buying it by episode.
No, I pre-ordered it.
So yeah, then aren't you going to keep playing it no matter what?
Yeah, but I was just trying to say that I wasn't like super excited like I was for Life is Strange 1. Like,
gotcha.
Yeah, like I'm going to play it on launch day. I still want to know what happens, but the excitement isn't quite there yet. If the story can keep me engrossed, that's fine, but I'm concerned about the gameplay. Because that was the same problem I had with Life is Strange Before the Storm. You were playing as the sidekick character from the first game who doesn't have any kind of abilities. So the only thing you could do was argue with people, and that wasn't fucking fun because it was real stupid. But we'll see how this plays out. Production quality is super great. The music was on point. I was very excited because with all of Life is Strange 1, it was all new music to me, but I recognized the band playing in the opening for Life is Strange 2, so it was really surreal. But that was pretty much my month. Still playing Octopath Traveler. I got Game of the Year edition for Witcher 3. Hoping to play that after I play Nier Automata and finally give that copy back to Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel terrible that I still have
that
it.
game.
Dude, every time I look at my collection, it's sitting there going like, hey, you asshole, play this and give it back.
Man, I don't give it. I'm not like I'm playing it anytime soon. Though I did get my God of War back again finally.
Who did you lend it out
Nice.
to?
I lent it to a coworker of mine. I knew he was going to take a while. He has a wife and kids, so.
Oh. All right. Well, if for
that
some reason
shit.
you ever want Automata back, I'll hand it over in a heartbeat, dude.
All right.
But that's it for
Witcher's
my
too good
month.
anyway. Gotta play that Witcher, especially with Cyberpunk on the way.
I know. I got to beat
potentially
that
next year,
2020 when it comes out.
I had a very busy month, as you guys both know.
Yeah.
So I was I guess I'll just do the YouTube roundup real quick. Yakuza 0 and Red Faction Guerrilla both started or had barely started last time we did a podcast. Yakuza 0 I haven't recorded since before I went on vacation, and I still have weeks worth of episodes left to go.
Oh my god.
I had so much backlog of this fucking game, but it's okay because it gives me time to get started on my new LP. Red Faction Guerrilla finished. I finished it over the weekend, and it's going to come out. The last one comes out like Saturday, I think. And then Darksiders 1 remastered, another THQ Nordic remaster with a dumb pun name, War Mastered, is going to be the next LP. Because I've been meaning to play Darksiders 1 for a while, and with the third game coming out soon, I'm not going to buy that day one because I know there's going to be bugs and shit. I'm not pre-ordering it like I did for 2, but I will play Darksiders 3 eventually, and probably play 2 for the channel, even though I didn't like it that much. But other than that, someone actually today reminded me that Saboteur was a game that I meant to Let's Play for a long time.
Ew. I didn't like that game.
Wait. Oh, I liked it a fair bit, but I only played it once long. Freeman, it's kind of like a GTA-ish open world game, but you're a British or French guy during the World War II occupied Paris.
This game looks weird.
And it's got this cool aesthetic where everything's black and white until you liberate an area from Nazi control, and then it goes colorful.
It's got that old-timey sounds going on.
To Tim, it's great.
Look, it wasn't anything crazy, but considering I didn't play GTA for a very long time, and I personally don't love those old GTA games that much because of the fucking controls, I actually enjoyed Saboteur a fair bit. Plus, it was before this crush of open world games kind of ruined everything. But I'm probably going to do that in the near future. Yakuza 0 still trucking. I also did a live stream this past weekend. I live streamed myself playing a 2.5-hour game of Commander while talking to the chat. I played my Kess deck, and I made a bad call near the end of the game finally, and I basically blew the game. I was playing against one of the guys in the game had an Atraxa Super Friends deck, and he didn't know how doubling season worked with Planeswalkers.
Oh, what?
So he would play them at regular amount and then double them whenever he plussed or minused. But he didn't bring it in with double, so he never ultimated any of them. So he wasn't as much of a threat as I was worried about. I just thought it was hysterical.
He's a value player, not a winning player.
But that was because with pre-release and then release this weekend of Guilds of Ravnica, the store I'd like to go play Commander at, unless I can find something in my local group that I have set up to play. I'm probably going to live stream again this weekend, and maybe Friedman will show up this time.
I don't know about this.
Instead of not responding until like 5 hours.
I had a rough weekend. I was sick for most of it, which is why I was sleeping. Fine.
I might play Overdank or something, or just play Commander again. But anyway, so that's YouTube. As far as personal life, so I went on my vacation to the Dominican with my 2 friends. So I didn't get to tell this story because we didn't have a podcast. So 3 days before we go to the Dominican, one of my 2 friends calls us and says, me and my other friend who was going, "Hey guys, I'm in the hospital." And then we finally get information the next day. He had gone solo drinking on a Tuesday night, and when he was trying to get on the escalator at the metro station to get off and go home, he cut his foot open and went to the hospital. So he was not able to swim or anything in the Dominican, but we had a lot of fun. But unfortunately, while we were in the Dominican, I found out that my girlfriend's grandmother suddenly passed away. So instead of coming home to Ohio and relaxing for the rest of that week, I had to book it home. Same day we flew into D.C., I had to get in my car at 11 o'clock and drive home to New Jersey for the wake and funeral and then come back here. So it was a very, very hectic, stressful time, and I was sick after I made all that driving and trip. So that wasn't a fun week last week, but everything seems cleared up now. And yeah, just kind of in fall starting mode. I don't know, trying to just clean up the house and stuff like that.
That's something
Fall
I need to do. I need to
starting
clean.
mode.
I mean, yeah, I'm cleaning up a bunch of stuff and got to get ready because there's going to be leaves on the ground soon, and then before too long, it's going to be snow on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So, got to start getting ready for all that shit.
Yeah, I got to savor how my landlords at least clean the yard while I still can, you know?
Oh, my God.
Oh, and I also had two funny little recording fuck-ups. I recorded last week, right after I got home, I recorded an 1.5-hour video of Commander where I switched out 4 cards in my Kess deck for Guilds of Ravnica stuff, and then I realized I hadn't actually recorded my microphone audio.
Rip.
Because I forgot to open Audacity because it's been so long since I recorded. So that video is gone forever, but it's fine. That's basically what the Commander video, the Commander live stream was, and probably will be again this weekend if I do it. And then I recorded, after the live stream, I did the second session of Darksiders. Unfortunately, I had fucked up my audio in OBS because I forgot that when OBS... so I usually have my mic in OBS but muted, and I record my mic with Audacity, but for live streaming, obviously I have to use it for both. I forgot, OBS likes to reorder my 2 audio sources when they're both turned on. So I accidentally, after the live stream, muted my desktop audio instead of my microphone, so I had a session, and then I noticed it during the 3rd session halfway through. I didn't have any game audio, I had double microphone audio. So I had to load it back 2 hours in Darksiders. Unfortunately, I'd also done some grinding off camera, but I redid all the grinding I could after the first session now that I know what I'm doing. And so I'm hoping to, this week or this weekend, redo the second session and have it actually go a little smoother since I'm a little more powerful and can kind of speed run it a little more now that I know exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, so luckily 2 fuck-ups that didn't end that badly and reminded me how to use OBS again. Since I haven't used it for anything but recording in so long. It's since I think at some point I had to, either when I reinstalled Windows or something, I forget. Yeah, no, when my hard drive died a little while ago and the graphics card died, I hadn't live streamed since then, since we moved into this house at least, because OBS wasn't set up with my YouTube stream key. So it had been that long since I live streamed. But yeah, it was a lot of fun live streaming and chatting with everybody, and I'm probably, spoilers, going to do it again this weekend because I still can't go do Commander unless something comes up. So, that's about it. I mentioned that Kid Creator had left us a bunch of comments saying he's happy about Henry Cavill and seeing what it's going to look like to Overdank, and recommending that Tyler plays Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
For PS4, because everybody in the internet... That
yeah,
all
I'm trying to
exploded
play
while
that
we were
shit.
gone. Also, hopefully, I'm going to convince these guys and Luigi to play SWAT 4. We have to finish that. We still aren't done, and I also have that mod to show you guys that's very easy to install and a lot of fun.
We do still need to do that.
We can probably get one more session out of SWAT, and then hopefully... I mentioned this to Tyler yesterday, but... we should, for another game for the 4 of us, we should look into trying out Rainbow Six Siege. Not online, but like doing against AI, because me and my friends from Kratos did that, and it was a lot of fun. And people seem to really enjoy it, so I think it'd be a lot of fun for the 4 of us to do bust in and kill people cop mode with more modern stuff than SWAT. But yeah, so we're going to try to figure that out in the near future, if we can get... Freeman, do you own that game? I don't think you do.
Wait, sorry, which one?
Rainbow Six Siege.
No, I don't. Everyone tells me to get it, but
that's okay. We'll get you and Luigi to get it and play it together because it's actually a ton of fun. Even just playing it again in PvE mode, it's really, really good.
Is it still $60 though?
I honestly don't know. Although you are also reminding me that there are still a bunch of games that I want to get when they're on sale. I want to do Star Wars Battlefront 2 and what's the other one? Deus Ex Mankind Divided are both games I'm waiting for sales. And Shadow of the Tomb Raider's out, but that's not on sale. and who the fuck knows when it would be.
Yeah,
so
I need to beat the last
just
one
for more
anyway.
people at home. What, the Tomb Raider?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
previous one.
It was a lot of fun. I actually am excited to play Shadows of the Tomb Raider, even if the story is stupid. I don't remember the stories at all, but the gameplay was a lot of fun.
So I remember the game being fun.
Where's Rainbow Six? Wait. Oh no, it's Uplay. Oh my fucking god! I forgot it was Uplay.
Why? What's you play?
Rainbow Six?
Yeah, but you can get it through Steam though.
I don't know why it's not showing up on my Steam list though. That's weird.
It
Oh,
shows
let's
up in
see.
my
What's
Steam
the
list.
price?
I mean,
Maybe I
it,
hit it. Oh, it's only $15.
it opens in Uplay.
Well, no, it opened Uplay. Oh, it is in my Steam library. I must have accidentally hit it for some reason. Oh wait, it's the starter edition. Okay, you pay
Yeah.
$40, Freeman, because the starter edition's a piece of shit. The starter edition's like a ripoff, basically.
But yo,
So
we should
it's $40.
wrap up. I'm getting
Alright.
hungry.
Yes, and we need to play Overwatch and get food. So, thank you all so much for listening. Hopefully, we are not going to skip a week again next week, but you know, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, who the fuck knows? Being an adult sucks.
I still have my Dragon Ball
Yes.
Z script open from the beginning of the podcast, and I just have all
That's
the no more hiatus. Nope, not that one. Will they have a topic? Nope. Will Tile fall asleep during magic? Yes. How long will the weep ship be? Exactly 1 hour.
it's over.
It's over now.
Uh,
It's over 9,000.
But yeah, hopefully we'll be back next week. And if not, I mean, the only way to find out is to follow me on Twitter because that's the only place I put one tweet out if we're not doing the podcast. And that's about it. So either way, thank you all so much for listening. It's always a fun time to do this.
Yeah.
We will hopefully be back next week with the TiAnTy podcast. Until then, my name is Timpedia.
I'm Friedman.
Just Tyler.
And we will catch you guys hopefully next week. See you later.